Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm sure you guys will be piling in any second now. Let me put the invite in. And I'm hoping God let it work today, please. Oh, Lord, I gotta buy a new mixer. Who'd have thought it? I'm waiting for you guys to pile in. Hey, Destiny, the first.
Oh, now we can hear you just fine. I don't know what that was about.
Girl, this damn mixer. They tell you
That's
too when you buy
professional.
them. Listen, they tell you when you buy them that they not gonna last long, but shit, for 150, can I get a year on the books?
Wait, hold up. $150 and they don't last that long?
Well, sometimes it's hit or miss. They're not my uncle's is heavily into music. He writes music and all that kind of stuff. And he told me, he said, "Oh, that's bullshit right there." He said, "That's bullshit." He said, "It ain't gonna last." And then, you hear the reviews and they say that too. But you think for what I'm doing, I don't need nothing fancy and shit.
Right.
I ain't cutting the demo.
So how long they supposed to last then on average?
I mean, kind of like when you buy any kind of gadget, like a VCR or something, you hoping it'll last, or a DVD player. I said VCR. Lord, I just dated
Of
the hell out
course,
of
right?
myself. I just dated.
DVD, even with that shit. You mean like an Xbox or a PlayStation? Or what
Yeah,
the kids be
you
playing with
would hope
nowadays?
for that kind of money, it better last,
Yeah,
But
you ain't lying.
those, CD players or DVD players. I mean, look, I'm
Mm.
so out
They
of
shouldn't say a Betamax, girl.
touch. Yes, they should have did so. Well, how you been, girl?
I've been good. Can't complain. You?
I've been good. I've been good. I was worried about you. Me and my mom was looking for you on Southern T. We like, where's Destiny?
Oh man, I be having to go watch my murder porn. I be having to take breaks. But then I
Murder
got my little
porn.
funky start date finally from the post office. So I guess Monday I'll be going
Oh,
back to work, having to be an adult, adulting and shit,
yeah, you
unfortunately.
still young. You can get your work on. I bet.
Gotta
Look,
go
I've been
adult.
having stipulations with me getting a job. I'm like, I got straight stipulations.
You got to.
Look, I'll be like, I've did my bid for God and country. It's got to be my way the second time around.
Yeah, this one here, the post office I'm gonna be working for, it's like 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday.
That
Yeah,
ain't
so and I ain't gotta work. I'm a rural carrier. So that means I'll be all by myself chilling.
girl. You taking your piece with you?
My peace, girl. I ain't got no peace.
You in the country? You said rural area?
Yeah, I probably have some pepper spray or something, but I ain't too much worried. Whatever. We'll have to box or something. They can have the mail usually. I ain't never gonna
I
like
know,
mail.
right?
Not gonna die with nobody's
You say y'all can have it.
you can have it all. I'll give it all to you. Here you go.
Here you go.
Gotta
I don't give a care if Waldo get his mail. Here you go.
okay, shit. Have that shit. I ain't gotta die for nobody else's stuff. Yeah, no.
They wouldn't want me to work for them. I be thinking about like all kinds of jobs I could do, but my allergies are so bad. Like when it hit, I had to
Oh, you
get up
got
and go to
allergies?
the ER. Girl, bad.
Oh shit. And you in Georgia?
And it's the worst place. I know
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like you must really want to flare up.
I ain't want to come here. The fucking Navy, you know how they do. They
Shout
was
out,
trying to
shout out
be
to you, Trey
funny.
Sanders.
Yeah, I see the people coming in.
Yeah, finally. They realized that,
Jason,
it ain't broke you no
Jason,
more.
I know, right? Jason Jadu is in the building. What's poppin', King? Shout out to the great queens. Sir Ambo, what's up, King? Salute, Miss T. So I guess they'll be piling in, but I'm gonna cook a little bit and then we're gonna join in the discussion. I had to change. You see, I had to change the thumbnail a bit. I was like, what the fuck did I put the first time?
Where did you put you had something about Sean Porter, right? He knew what he
Yes,
was doing.
it's still Sean Porter, but I can't remember. I be trying to be crafty with coming up these titles and shit.
So you catch people's eye and stuff like that. You know, I be
Yeah.
seeing you on here a lot and stuff like that. I be saying I'm gonna drop in on you sometimes. But then, girl, I be watching my little murder porn and it be getting so good. I be like, oh man,
What
this is a
is
great
murder
episode.
porn?
You know, ID investigation. You know, all
Oh,
that stuff.
okay. You saying it like that? I was like, what the fuck? Did I miss something?
Oh, it's not like yeah. Everybody, people get thrown off by that when you say murder porn. They be like, wait, what are you watching?
Look, I got to keep up with the lingo, huh? I got to keep up with
Yeah,
the lingo.
that's
You
what the
know,
young folks call. That's what my son been calling it. So I just call it murder porn now. So it's just murder
when I
porn.
was younger, probably coming out of my 30s, I used to watch shit like that all the time. My daughter
Oh,
told me as she got grown, she said, "You used to scare me."
oh
It was
God.
like a phase.
Think they're gonna become a serial killer or something?
Just watching that ID, and not that somebody become a serial killer, but always talking about it. Because you know when you watch it, you're gonna pick up things, and then you probably turn to your girls and be like, "And don't do this, and don't do that." Now,
Hey,
before
Dwayne.
I knew it, my whole day was spent telling her the do's and the don'ts.
I mean, I
Mhm.
like to watch it because I just find, certain cases fascinating and some of the craziest things how people get caught up and stuff like that. So that's why I like to watch it sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, I just like,
Dwayne is
you're
in
like,
the
dang.
building. What's poppin', King? How did you see him before he popped up on my screen? That was like,
Uh,
girl, she got
that's
ESP too.
yeah, my TV, I guess it moves a little fast. And this TV in here in my room is slow. So yours must be a little slow on your side.
Girl, I got something that's telling me, look, don't say that because then I'm gonna have to re-up on some gadgets. I know my family be like, girl, sit your ass down with the
Oh
gadget.
man, I am so not a gadget person, Miss Lady. Like I do not like these gadgets and like less I have to buy, the better I am. I don't even like upgrading on cell phones. Shit, I'm about to give me a jitterbug.
I don't even know what that is, but okay.
That's
ATL is in the building with Papa King. Salute Queens. What y'all talking about? We letting y'all pal and we talking about Sean Porter. Now, Sean Porter has, let me go on and get in it. Sean Porter has put fire to his ass. He wasn't
mm,
even on Jerron in his radar, but now he is. Days ago, he made a statement about Boots being overrated. Of course, that didn't sit well with Boots, as Sean, smartly knew it wouldn't. So I'm
mm.
asking the question: why did he do it? What is the play? And do y'all think um, Sean went back in? What y'all think?
Honestly, I think Sean he never really wanted to exit stage left. I think he only said that to save face because the way old boy beat his ass, Terrence Crawford. So I
Mm-hmm.
think, hey, boxing section, what's up, Kyle? So I think
Yeah,
he
what's up? What's up,
Hey
Box?
guys, how are
Hey,
ya?
hey, we good.
wonderful, babes.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
but I
Cal,
think he
look,
said
Cal
that.
coming in because Destiny, you here. Cal, where you been? You ain't been on my show in a minute. Where you been?
No, because I be at work. So when I try to catch you, I try to get you, but you be gone. So
Uh,
I put the like on the video and things like that. But you ain't been on Fred's show neither though.
I be sleep because y'all don't have no like to me. The last time I was trying to catch y'all, I know you say you changed the time, but then y'all was
It's earlier now.
different. Yeah, but then it was different. A couple of times I tried to get on there, then I be out.
It's early now.
Mhm.
You got on more when we was on later.
I'm
You
gonna try
got to
to
realize she's 3 hours behind you, Kyle.
That's what I'm saying.
I
But
mean, ahead of
me
you
and
or
Fred
whatever.
going early now. We
What
going
time y'all
and
going?
Destiny. I don't know where the hell Destiny Black been at. Shit.
Destiny been in
What
the
the hell you mean, Kyle? I be watching murder porn, and I do be going to bed like 9, 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
I'm
8,
telling you,
9 o'clock.
Cal,
So
folks be
I
going to
miss old lady, Kyle. We ain't everybody ain't young and a young tenderoni like yourself. Some
yeah,
of us is
Cal, you
old,
still got youth on your side.
man.
I can't deal with the switch up because y'all did say y'all was coming on early, and I was like, cool, because I could go right off here within an hour or so. Y'all will be on, and then I come on. But then there's a couple of times y'all didn't come on, and then it seemed like y'all started at 12. I got confused, and then I was like, shh. There's a couple of times I just got right off here and went straight under the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle, what time do you come on now, honey? I'm about to catch you tonight. Kyle?
His boss came around.
Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. No, but I think like, Sean Porter, he was trying to save face about he was always going to retire. I knew
Mhm.
that was all cap when he said that. Like he's been the cap king lately. But I do think he wants to put his foot back in the boxing arena, but I don't think it's boots he want. I really don't think it's boots he want.
I think he's set back. This is two things. I think he do want back in, or he's retired now and he don't have to hold his tongue, which is
You know what Blue
liberating.
said? That's what he said though. Blue,
Mhm.
that's what Blue said because Blue texted him about that shit, and
Did he?
that's what Blue said. That's what he said.
He don't have to hold his tongue because that's
Yeah.
liberating. My bag ATL. ATL said, I be on Shawty. Indeed. How you doing anyway, ATL? Because last time I talked to you, the burning of the fertilizer stuff was going on. Did you get that squared away? I know you didn't have to do nothing, but are you and your family good? He said he don't want no boot smoke. Yeah, he said
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he wants that smoke. But because he said that initially, I understood what Sean Porter was saying initially, like what he said, but it's the way he said it, and it came out across like a little, like he was a little bitter, a little jealousy there. That's what I heard because people said he was overrated. Sean Porter was overrated, so and the
true.
way he said it just didn't sit right. It just seemed really bitter. What did you think?
He sound like to me for real. Out of the two reasons I gave, I'm more leaning with he don't have to hold his tongue, and I think everybody been saying let your nuts drop. Then he letting his nuts drop. And he actually said too, the clip I saw, he said I guess he's fed up with the building up of fighters before that time, like putting the cart before the horse. He never said to me, I didn't hear it, that Boots couldn't fight or Boots
Right.
wasn't nothing. He just said, y'all, he's overrated, meaning y'all building him up on the level of a Errol Spence or Bud Crawford, and he's not there yet because one, we have never seen him tested.
And
That's
that's all facts. That's all facts. And
yeah.
that's
So
why I said I've agreed with a lot of what he was saying, but it's just the way he said it just didn't sound. It didn't sound kosher. It just sounded a little bitterish, like he
yeah,
was mad about something.
he didn't want to be wavering. He could be caking for his boy, Bud. I don't know. He could be caking for Bud because everybody been trying to throw boots at Bud. He could be stirring up shit. He could be caking for his boy Thurman. You just never know. But then
Um,
that content creator role he has now, he can reach a lot more people than he was as a boxer. He's starting to see that. And
right.
his words carry weight because he was a boxer. And when he retired, you know what they said about him? Sean Porter got the best resume in the welterweight division, which was true.
Right. You
And
can't deny that.
if he goes and fight Boots, what else he got to lose?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. I mean, but he said he didn't want to become a gatekeeper neither. And I don't see him. I mean, like he said, Boots, and we ain't never really seen Boots in the ring with nobody to test him for real, for real. Are you back, Kyle? But we
Captain.
never really seen him in the ring with nobody. But I don't. Just by the eye test alone, I just don't see him sweeping Boots or anything like that. But
What's up,
stranger
Cal? I
things
know
been known
you
to
at
happen.
work. I know you
I,
blowing
I
in
really hope Sean Porter come out of retirement and fight Jerron Ennis since he's so overrated.
Look at
Tell us
your
how
ass,
you
his
really
daughter.
feel, because I know you don't like Sean. I mean, I don't have no feelings either way, but you think what you think he was saying it for, Kyle?
Kyle? Oh.
Okay. The Rain and Firefighters put it out. Cool.
What was going on with him?
In North Carolina, they had like a fertilizer thing
I
burning
didn't hear
like
about
a
that.
mile and a half away from him. And I was
Mm,
like, get out of there. Cause I know
uh-huh.
on the ship, we don't get to hide the piping like what you
Mm,
do in the house. And and they color coded and we call them CHT pipes. And let me tell you, if they break and spill on you a drop, it's a medical emergency. I mean, people shit is the same thing as fertilizer. That's how I look at it. A
okay.
medical emergency. They will fly you off that motherfucker to the nearest hospital. So
I didn't know they was having an issue down there in North Carolina or up there. Yeah, I guess it'd be up there compared to where I'm at. Well, I'm
yeah,
glad it's all right.
I thought he was in Atlanta the whole time, but I guess he go back and forth from Atlanta to North Carolina. I was like, man, get up out of there, get the babies and the wife, and leave.
Move,
But
move
he
to
said he's
ATL,
okay.
Shouty.
Shouty, you got that Virginia thing going, because that's what we be saying, shouty, shouty. But
Kyle, is
yeah,
Kyle at work?
Kyle is at work. He can talk.
Oh, okay.
Kyle, whenever you want to talk, just jump in. We gonna let you have the flow, because I know.
Oh, I got to let the ladies talk to me. You know what I mean?
You do your thing, honey. You want to hear your?
I'm just here to enjoy the festivities. But I'll say this though, man. I'm so tired of Sean Porter's ass. Him and Keith Thurman.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Cool, man, you know.
What's going on, like him?
Cool. Hey, a nigga still here, I ain't blow up. Goddamn.
Yeah, I'm glad you ain't blow up, baby. I'm glad you're here, breathing and shit. T.I. look alike.
So what's going on? What Sean Porter do?
Sean and pissed Kyle off again. What was you saying, Kyle? Sean and
I mean, you know, first of all, that dumbass outfit he had on, you know, that's number one. You know, the outfit he chose to wear to say that Boots was overrated. That shit was overrated. Matter of fact, he should have just burnt that shit. You know
how Sean Porter is though. He be wearing some crazy ass shit.
Some just dumb shit. But he just wanted some clout, man. He knew everybody was gonna talk about. Everybody in the boxing world was gonna talk about him calling Deron Ennis overrated, and everybody in this chat and on YouTube knows that Deron Ennis is not overrated. Like, he is what everybody expects him to be, and once he proves it again, because Castillo Clayton, I like that guy. We kicked it in Vegas for hours. Very great guy, but at the end of the day, man, I didn't want that fight for him, man, because I didn't want him to die like this, huh?
You talking about Boots or Sean Porter?
Castillo Clayton, he's fighting Deron Ennis.
Yeah.
And he's getting ready to die, so shit, you know.
Stop it. He is not getting ready to die.
Who?
The boy Clayton. I don't think he's gonna win, but he ain't gonna die.
You want to put some money up?
Die, son? Come on now. He's just gonna go die.
That's who Boots fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On April 9th.
Who is the other dude? I ain't never heard of him.
Crowley?
No, he said he's fighting Clayton, isn't it?
Yeah. But who are you talking about, other dude, ATL?
Who
he fighting Castillo Clayton.
Okay.
Which is a good guy. He's a great guy. Great guy.
Yeah, Boots is.
This ass whooping he finna get, man, he don't deserve.
So I can't really elaborate on him.
Yeah,
the ass whooping he about to get, he don't deserve.
So you think it's gonna be a first rounder?
It ain't going past 6. It never does.
Okay.
But Kyle, take your personal feelings out. Honest to God. We know you hate Porter. And we know we can embellish, because when I look at that Bud fight, that motherfucker couldn't get up right away, but he tried to make it seem like he was frustrated. So we know he can embellish, but was he totally wrong?
I think that was a flag to call the fight off. That's what I think. That's just my opinion.
You talking about with him and Bud?
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you hear what he said about Boots Ennis though? He said he was
overrated. Yeah, why don't he come out of retirement and show us that, since he said it?
That's what Boots saying.
Now, see, I don't disagree with him saying as far as Boots being overrated, but I do agree with him on the fact that when he says that who has Boots? Who was he fought to prove to us that he's the greatest thing since
Now I could agree with that. I was just gonna say that too. Like he fought some people, but not enough to we'll be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Some people be saying he's gonna come in there and automatically whoop on Spencer fucking Bud ass. Like I don't know about that one.
Me either.
Yeah, and see, I look at it like Boots. I don't think he's on Errol Spence level. I just don't. Not right now. Until because I haven't seen nothing that he did, and I don't knock his opponents. I'm gonna give him credit for his opponents because I don't like doing that shit. He got in the ring, whoever he thought was worthy, but I haven't seen him fight somebody of Errol Spence caliber to say, oh, he gonna be able to match him or Bud for that matter. So I can't say. So I think for me, when I heard Sean Porter say that, I was like, he just saying I'm fed up. Now, in contrast, don't we get tired when they say that about Lomachenko? Don't we get tired? Look how they talking about George Kambosos. He basically saying, Sean was like, I'm so tired of people building up fighters before their time.
Besides Spence and Crawford, who else do you think that give him a run for his money that can show that he that guy? Who you think?
Oh, that's a good question.
You talking about Boots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know why they keep trying to place Virgil Ortiz and Boots in the same category. I think Boots will blow fucking Virgil Ortiz out the goddamn water. Me personally.
So, what name you think that'll get him that? Besides Spence and Crawford, what name you think will get him that recognition? That okay.
Only name I would have to say right now would probably have to be Virgil Ortiz because that's the name they keep bringing up. They keep saying, you know, he's the goods. It may be Conor Benn, but neither one of them I don't think is gonna hang with.
Conor Benn, I seen him fight. He a good one too.
I think he's strictly.
He's another one who hasn't fought nobody. Who
I think he's really subpar
because he's throwing punches. He's throwing hard punches from the bell 1 to the 12th. If you was fighting somebody like a Spence, you wouldn't be doing that every round. You know.
Hey, what's that Olympian name? Ain't he a welterweight?
What Olympian name? You gotta give us some more context.
The one who won the Olympics. He just fought 2 weeks ago.
So you got to give me more than that.
Demetrius says Sean Porter is doing this for publicity stunt to increase viewership for his podcast, Marketing 101. You might have a point there, Demetrius.
Possibly.
Yo, Golden was popping King. He said, "What up, Miss T? What up, King?" Sir Ambo say facts. Cook.
Damn, what's name, man?
We definitely gonna cook. We ain't gonna burn nothing on the stove today. That is a good question. Who could be next?
It would have to be between Conor Benn and fucking Virgil Ortiz, but the only ones I think you could really prove. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna put Keith Thurman name in there because I just know it's a bunch of nods for me.
So how did you feel about that Thurman fight while you're here? Because I ain't seen you in a minute.
Man, I didn't even watch it. That's how I felt about it.
Oh my goodness, why not?
I refused. That was a fight nobody asked for. I didn't never wake up one day and say, I would love to see Keith Thurman fight Mario Barrios after he just came off a knockout loss against a 130 pounder. Yeah, that was a fight I never wanted to see. Was never going to entertain. Yeah, so I just refused to watch it.
I didn't pay for it.
And I guess you weren't going to pay no $80 to watch that crap neither. Who decided to make that fight that kind of money?
I understood the assignment.
Damn, so didn't pay for it. No, we didn't.
I ain't paying for no more PBC fights.
Yo, that fight wasn't even worth,
Keith did good,
99 cents. It should have been for free.
Yeah, he did. I think he got Demetrius told me he had 175,000 buys. That's okay.
Supposedly.
Mm-hmm. Considering a lot of people have been boycotting PBC.
I'm not boycotting PBC, so to speak, but I just don't feel like that fight was worthy of pay-per-view buys.
It probably won't. I'm still a Keith fan, though. I know, Kyle, I just bent your ear and maybe me. I'm still a fan of Keith Thurman. I mean, he lost one fight.
I like Keith because he talked that shit.
You know, there's things about Keith, elements about Keith I do like. Like he can be very honest at times, but then other times when he just show his little light skin side and be all Morris Day with the shit, and I don't be dealing. I don't be liking Morris Day.
Hell nah.
793.
Man, you tripping me off, man.
Aunt Kit is in the building. Was popping. He said, "Shout out to Miss T. I see your channel growing." I'm certain. I hope so. I have my good days and my bad days. Today is a good day. I ain't seen my friend in a minute. Destiny. ATL, you know, It's always a blessing. And Kyle,
You know, I be stopping through. You know what I'm saying?
Kaya, what time your show starts
Gotta
now?
support the
What
black
time,
ladies.
Yes,
what time Kaya, what time your show be coming on now? Kyle?
yeah. Remember, he at work,
Oh, okay.
so when he don't answer,
Oh, okay, because I don't know what time the show be starting now. He said he done changed the time now. I know he used to come on at 1 o'clock in the morning here. I used to not be able to hang.
For me, it used to be like 3. I'm telling you, I'm an old broad. I can't be doing these burning the midnight oil all the time.
Man,
I be catching you fresh off work.
Do you?
You be getting straight out of work
every day.
Hey, look.
I see. Hey, I see. Appreciate you.
So,
yeah, all we can do at this point with Sean Porter is speculate. Do y'all really want to see him come back, or some of y'all just want to see him come?
I want to see him come back.
I don't necessarily want to see him come back neither, to be honest. I think Sean Porter, he done what he did. You know, he good. Right now, you know, Bucks is kind of in a stalemate. You know, we got up and coming, you know, fighters or whatever. But to me, none of them just like, you know, blow my mind kind of thing. Right, you know.
I think if he come back and fight Keith Thurman, that'll be a good fight.
Between Sean again, I still repeat of that damn fight. Once was good enough.
He's in a unique position because he fought everybody, right?
Yeah.
So when people want to know about the fighters who haven't faced each other, like Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, who's the go-to guy to talk to? Sean. He's always gonna be the go-to because he has the list of everybody that he fought, and maybe he's feeling like I'll go in there and fight Boots, get my ass whooped. He ain't gonna take my birthday, you know, and just go on and do it.
Right.
I just watched the podcast with Sean Porter.
Did you?
He was talking about what he was talking about Boots and versus Earl Spence. I mean, no, he was talking about Ugas and Earl Spence fight, and then he was trying to break down
who was gonna
if
win.
Ugas was on the outside or the inside, how the fight would go. But he said both ways that Spence would beat Ugas. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think this fight is gonna be a cakewalk like everybody's predicting for goddamn Spence.
Oh no, it ain't gonna be no cakewalk. Yeah, no.
And people, you know, they were saying some outlandish things. You know, he's gonna knock Ugas out. It's gonna be all these different kind of things going on.
I think he's gonna knock him out, but it ain't gonna be easy.
I don't think he's gonna knock him out. Ugas ain't never been knocked out.
Yeah, I know.
Ugas telling everybody but Santa Claus, it ain't what y'all think.
And I'm kind of believing him.
I'm like, what?
I can't believe it.
Ugas for the upset.
Building. He said overbite.
Ugas may get the upset, y'all, and then I'm gonna be really pissed off because then we never gonna get the fight I want to see.
See, what's gonna happen is Ugas and him gonna fight, right? If Ugas win, Ugas gonna have he gonna get like Cambosa. He gonna have his mandatories or whatever. If Earl win, the mandatory is gonna be like, all right, now it's been a couple of years. Cut the shit, as you say. That's cut the shit. And motherfucking Terrence gonna be sitting out on the outside looking in, and it's not gonna happen.
No, Earl better not worry about no goddamn fucking mandatories. Yo, if he starts talking about a motherfucking man, that's a duck. That's a fucking duck. I'm not hearing no goddamn
Blue Blood
mandatories.
said that they supposed to. I don't Blue Blood. I seen the video of his today. He said I don't know if they came to agreement or not, but it said they supposed to be fighting in April or something. I don't know.
Yeah, April 16th. That's you talking about Ugas and Spence.
Yeah, April 16th. That's their fight date,
which just came out the other day. So remember when the point was that it was a done deal back when Ugas fought Pacquiao, their contract was already signed, and I was trying to tell folks, when you sign a contract, daytime groups are on it. There's no such thing as a contract without the daytime group on it, and there was no daytime group, so there was no contract.
Right. There was just an agreement they was gonna fight each other.
Verbals don't count, so
right.
That's why ATL we had kept saying that he ducked Bud once again, because you could go either way, but it's done. It's a done deal. He's going to fight Ugas, and you know, I wish both of them luck. I won't be buying it. Either
I'm
one.
gonna buy the fight just because of Ugas, not because of Errol Spence, but because of Ugas. But if it's an upset easy, I'm gonna be extremely fucking up. I promise you, it's gonna be like we never get the fights what the fuck we want to see because it's always a goddamn upset some damn way. Now if Spence get in there and get his ass whooped by goddamn Ugas. Now I'm gonna have to see Bud versus Ugas. I don't want to see that goddamn fight right now. I want to see Bud and
Me
goddamn
neither.
Errol Spence.
You know what I want to see? I want to see somebody become undisputed in the welterweight division.
Thank
That's
you.
what I want to see. I don't care who it is at this point. Of course, I will always pull for my boy Bud.
Me too.
But if Spence lose, hey, I'm still team Spence all day. I wouldn't,
Yeah, I wouldn't
It is
expect
what it
anything
is.
else.
I mean, I respect Ugas because he got them. That I mean, he walked through everybody's shit.
Yeah, he done came, from the
He already
damn
beat
trenches.
Crawford, so
And
Yeah,
let
he
me
beat
just
him in
say for the record,
the amateurs. Yeah,
look,
but
I'm
he
just I'm messing with Miss T.
now look, and let me say for the record, Earl does not drop way down the ladder if he lose to Ugas.
Nah, hell no.
he doesn't. No,
This
he
is
doesn't.
why I say the same.
They probably
thing
gonna have a rematch clause and all that. So
if they do, that's why I say it's not gonna happen with Bud. But just the same way I say about Keith, when people be like, "Why you like Keith?" Keith lost one fight.
yeah, Keith, he won the fight.
At one
Even
point.
though he pulled that bullshit, earlier with Earl when he ain't had no strap, but
He did the same thing with fucking Crawford too, though. He was like, I don't care how much money. I mean, he played duck goose for both of them, which that's why I kind of don't respect him for that shit. That shit was trash.
He didn't owe either one of them nothing. They wasn't on his level.
He didn't even have no belts when Crawford was trying to fight him.
Yes, he
at
did.
At the time when Crawford was trying to fight him, no, he had already lost to fucking Pacquiao. Crawford tried to fight him a couple of times and he turned him down.
Crawford tried to fight him coming into the division. And, Keith Thurman had belts.
Yeah, but he tried to fight him even after he lost that belt to goddamn Pacquiao and Crawford. I mean, and that's when he said that Crawford needs to go fight Kell Brook. And then he could talk about fighting him.
But again, he pushed Crawford away when he held the belts.
Yeah, he did.
Keith was the creme de la creme when Crawford came into the division. He was the unified, and Earl had, I think, just got his belt with
the WBA, right? The WBC, the
IBF. The IBF.
Oh, the IBF. I'm sorry, the IBF. My bad.
Terrell Gosper said, if Ugas fight, but who is the A side?
That's a good question.
That not be no upset. He would, Ugas would be, but again, one thing I want y'all to notice is that now that this fight is signed, sealed, delivered, did we hear anything about A side? Did we hear anything about Spurs splits? As we should not have. I'm happy with finding all that shit up after the fact. Andrew Charles says, salute. He said, no losses is overrated like them pussy ass belts. EJ wasn't on Thurman path. Thurman was chasing Mayweather and Pac. Exactly.
Yeah, he was, but Mayweather told him to say, you can beat EJ, you get the fight with me. And he didn't want that smoke.
And that's what Earl turned around and did to Bud.
Hey, look at Mayweather. Mayweather knew he couldn't beat EJ, so that's why he threw him under the bus like that.
Mayweather would dog walk the fuck out of EJ. Cut the shit, bro. Cut the shit, bro. You gotta stop the madness. Mayweather would have dog walked fucking EJ slow ass, slow footed ass, smooth footed ass.
You talking about Keith Thurman?
Mayweather would have dog walked the fuck out of EJ. Smooth footed ass, slow foot ass.
He just would have ran the whole fight. It's all good though.
Why y'all
now you sound like the damn other people. Now you sound like the mothers. Stop
it. Salute, Miss.
He would have dog, man. He would have.
Building was popping, King.
He would have made EJ look like a fucking amateur. You got to shit, bro.
Don't forget about standing.
You know I'm an EJ ride or die. You know.
Demetrius got a point. Stanionis and Boo Atev. Maybe Boo should go fight one of them.
I mean,
hey, I think that's what Sean Porter was saying too, though. Sean Porter was saying that.
What you say?
Stanionis has like 13 fights, and then the people who he has on his resume is good and terrible.
But they put him up in the ranks, though. Look what almost happened. Ugas almost had to face him.
And I think Butiev is actually, a much better fighter than goddamn Stanley. Man, Stanley lost to goddamn what the boy name is, the one that Boots just beat. Stanley got his ass whooped by that damn Puerto Rican. What the boy name is?
Delorme?
Yes, Delorme. And they gave that fight to fucking Stanley. They gotta cut the shit, bro. That's just not. No, it's not a good. Yeah,
For some
it's
reason,
not a reliable
Eddie
source.
always put me in the mind of Better BF. I don't know why, but he just
Now,
get
come on,
Better
Better be if it's pretty terrible, but he ain't as bad as Stanley Honest.
BF. Yeah, but they not, as Mayweather say, no special effects.
Yeah, right.
No, just flat footed, whatever.
I wouldn't even say he's a good little fighter neither. He ain't even a good little fighter. He's a okay fighter.
Yeah, I mean
They
he
gotta
right,
fuck
yeah,
you.
he right. But if Boost got to fight somebody, then like you said, Virgil, you got Virgil. They over there hollering about Conor being is like the second coming again. Another fighter that they put in the cart before the horse because
Right.
he's in Eddie Hearn's stable and he's like, oh, I'm the baddest mofo, whatever. But look who he fighting. You're not showing us the baddest.
Old ass goddamn Algieri who's 766 years old. Come on now. Like man. Conor Ben has zero rhythm.
And then when he fought Adrian Granados, talking about Conor Ben, Adrian gave him problems.
You know who would be a good fight though for Boots? All jokes aside, I think what the boy name is Josh Taylor. That'd be a good little fight for him.
Josh Taylor coming up. Yeah,
because I think Josh Taylor's not a small dude though. He's a big boy.
Nah. I thought he was small too.
No, he's a big boy. He made fucking what's that boy named Crawford look like a fucking dwarf or something like that's a big boy.
I think Boots could like move up from like 147 to 150. What 154? Is that the next one?
Yeah, I've been saying that easily.
He big too, you know what I'm saying? So I think he can. What you call that shit when they God damn it, I can't think of the damn word. When they jump from weight to weight, what they call that?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the damn word neither right now.
Back and forth.
Yeah,
when they pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? I think he can like from 147 to like 160. I think he can move back and forth because he got a big body structure. You know what I'm saying? So
he does. Honestly, I think if he does to go to those weights though, ATL, I think he would be weight drained trying to come back down to 147. I don't think that would be a good look for him. Yeah, I think he would need to stay between 154 and 160.
Okay. And I think the only reason he's making 147 because his age.
Yeah,
he definitely looked like a 154. He looked like he could be as big as Jared Hurd.
Exactly.
Yeah, he really I believe by the time his career is going to end, he's probably going to end up at 175. See, he does have he has a big frame. He's not a small man.
Light heavyweight.
Yeah, I could definitely see him like ending his career at 175, like Andre Ward.
Yeah, that's cruiserweight. My bad.
No, it's light heavyweight.
It is.
Cruiserweight is what 190, 200, something like that. I think dumbass the WBC made that stupid ass weight class called the Bridger weight for fucking cinnamon sugar.
He said cinnamon sugar.
I thought they was trying to fuck Deontay up just so he can't.
Yeah, they try to put him in that shit too.
I like Deontay, please.
He's been fighting that heavyweight. Deontay Wilder, I don't think he's gonna come back, y'all. I think he's done. Once you start talking about retirement and considering retirement,
we will keep that into existence, though, Destiny. But I see what you're saying.
I can't let you say that. Hell no, the king is not gone.
Keep that into existence.
Yeah, but you start talking into existence, I think it's not in you no more, ATL.
It's just the king is not gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the one he's the one who said it, Joe. He was the one who said, retirement. I mean, he has nothing left to prove to us. To me, he has nothing left. I mean, if he wants to go right on to this man, he's over $100 million, in the boxing game.
Yeah.
Whatever the king want to do,
I'm gonna let him be great.
Is going to comply with it. Hey, DJ, I see you, King.
The king coming back.
Look, DJ, I didn't watch no MMA this past weekend, but I'm waiting on Bellator because I think it said the 13th, so that's next weekend.
You know who I think he need to come back and knock out and then retire, and it should be over with after. Y'all should already know what I'm finna say.
Anthony Joshua.
He ain't gonna get that fight. Dillian.
No, God, y'all, everybody hates Dillian.
I want him to knock Dillian ass out. Just that one fight before he go.
Santos is in the building. He said, salute everyone. I will be listening as I rest. Keep cooking. I hear you, King.
All right, Santos. What's up, babes?
I know. That's my boo.
ATL.
He loved Deontay Wilder so much. I just want to see, when Deontay Wilder be mad, he like first round your ass. I just want to see that shit. I just one time. That's all I want to see.
I love Deontay. I don't, there's a small part of me to feel like he might not come back. I just don't want to believe it. But again, I'm the peasant, he the king. I whatever he want to do, I'm compliant. This Deontay country over here.
Yeah,
I need to put that on the screen. Deontay country.
He's what, 36 now? Deontay, he literally can go be whatever he want to be. That man, I love the way his energy has been. He's in a good headspace. He's just in a good space, period. So like you said, Miss T, whatever he want to do, I'm gonna ride with him.
But look, can I get this much? This is just me, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he was the lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would want him to have his own camp of boxers and keep his little thing going, his little brand,
Mm-hmm.
I would
can agree with that.
Yeah. I would like to see him in boxing circles. And I know that Deontay hold his tongue. He a Libra too. Yeah. I know he holding his tongue. I really want to hear what be going on in their head. But like, and another thing, motherfucker, I didn't say shit to you, but let me tell you what I think about you.
I don't know why he fuck with Malik Scott though. That's kind of baffling to me. I don't understand that dynamic duo over there. I do not like that man.
He did a good job, man.
I do not like the Malik Scott man. I do not like that man.
What is about him you don't like? But let me get some these chats right quick. DJ Israel at the how do you say it? Adesanya fights this weekend, Miss T. Is that on free? Is that for the free? UFC has good card on Saturday. If it's for the free, I'm there, DJ.
I don't watch no fucking UFC. That shit is trash to me.
Girl, I had to find another alternative. I'm gonna tell you, Bellator is something I was surprisingly or pleasantly surprised. I actually liked it.
Oh, I've never heard of this man's name. I don't do the MMA.
I like it better. I like the 3 rounds, 5 minutes instead of the 5 rounds, 5 minutes.
I can tell you.
We talk about Bellator or something on Thursdays. I bring DJ in and we learn about it because we need an alternative. Look how boxing acting.
Since I got since I'm on the panel with ladies, right? Mm-hmm. What y'all think about the queen?
Clarissa?
Yeah.
That fight was, that was ridiculous, y'all. It's like she was fighting a punching bag. That shit was ridiculous, y'all. That shit was so terrible, yo. I was actually bored.
I didn't see that. I wound up going back and watching her press conference because that particular day was my proof that I was going to stand my ground and not buy PBC fights. And I was busy trying to, hook it up in here. So I didn't get around to seeing her fight. I will go back and see it. But I saw her final press conference. Now I like her speaking.
Hey, did you see when she, she was sitting down cooling, and Savannah Marshall was right there.
When Savannah out the ring,
when they was outside the ring, and Savannah Marshall was outside the ring, and Clarissa was sitting down chilling, and then Savannah Marshall said something disrespectful, and she started putting the belts down. She was like, "Hold on, what the fuck? Who the fuck?"
But that doesn't help Clarissa. I feel people like it's entertaining, but I said that on my show the other day, as respectful as I could. It doesn't help Clarissa.
What you mean help her? What they're gonna fight anyway. The deal already signed.
The girl started it. I get it, but I'm just saying, like, Clarissa, you can see her changing. You can see. She must have a publicist with her. She's changing. It's like, in the same way that Mayweather used to always talk for Tank Davis. And now you're starting to see Tank talk because Tank being a superstar and his mouthpiece didn't match. So Mayweather had to do all the talking. But same thing with Clarissa. It's like, it's when she speaks like that and be going up against folks, even if she totally in the right, she falls into stereotypes, which I feel is a repellent. And it is the world we live in.
She the GOAT. That shit don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? She been doing that shit all her life since whenever. She been talking shit. So
See, we
she
can
bagging it up. She
we
bagging it
real
up. Ain't nobody shut up. Ain't nobody stopped it yet. So
we real fans.
Precisely.
Think about the casuals. What you think, Destiny? Like,
Honestly, I
you
don't see
know,
nothing wrong with she doing. Everybody else, what them bras names is Amanda Serrano and the other the white the Katie. They get to run their mouths 1,000 miles per minute. Yo, because there's some white chicks they can do it. So because she black and she dark skinned, she can't, man.
but you know the world we live in.
Hey,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know what? Let her talk.
And
hey,
Let her talk her
that,
stuff.
that don't mean adjust all the time. You know,
it's
you gotta
not right.
get your respect.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her
gotta
be
get your
great.
respect, but it's not right. Y'all sitting there talking to a dark skinned woman. I had to maneuver these streets.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying, but you know what?
Us.
Speak your piece, though. You know what? Fuck what the rest say. You know, we know what it is. We already know what it is.
Exactly.
That's black being black in this white man's world. We already know what it is. Speak your piece, though, Miss Lee. Fuck them.
Yeah,
They
I
can't tell
speak
you.
it, but it's like if you want to get somewhere, you want to achieve something, you gotta find a way that's more appeasing for people to take it. Because sometimes you just gotta meet your agenda. You know, her agenda is to be a professional boxer, get treated fairly, get the fights,
She's
get
never
the
gonna get
payday.
treated fairly, though, just because she's a dark skinned black woman.
Yeah,
She's never gonna have the same. I don't give a damn how she talks. She could be the most fucking mouse. She's
Yeah,
never gonna get the same energy. So at
not
the end of the day,
even
why even try?
because you should.
Why even try? Like
Yeah.
same thing they did with
I know
Deontay Wilder. Same thing they're doing with Bud. Yo,
right,
why even fucking try, yo? Fuck it.
because you got to. You got to. There's no way
Nah,
around it.
them other motherfuckers. That's why everybody keep trying to hype up this dumbass fight between that Amanda chick and that Katie. Yo, I'm not
Mhm.
watching that fight. Fuck that fight. Fuck them hoes. Fuck all that.
But look, even black dudes be shitting on Clarissa.
Yeah, we know that. We been know. Black men sometimes could be our biggest haters of black women. Not speaking to you, ATL, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know
So
you some.
they be gassing up that damn, especially a lot of black dudes gassing up that damn Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor fight. Yeah, fuck them bitches. Fuck both of them.
Serrano is the one with the braids from New York and shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that
she
lady.
the one that fought on the Jake Paul joint.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that lady. I refuse to know anything about that lady.
But they can do what they want, and then
I ain't like her last
always all
performance.
about looks, and it's looks the whole package, how you talk, whatever, and it's
And
sad.
Clarissa looks better than all of them, and built better than all of them.
She catch flack more from black dudes than she probably do white people. Terrell Gosper say, "Talk your shit, champ." You know, and like sometimes when she be going through whatever she going through, and it's like, damn, you know, I want to say this, but I have an agenda. The girl got to meet her agenda, and she should never get in her own way. It's like knowing when to hold them and fold them. It is unfair, but life is unfair. There will be things in all of our lives that will be unfair. But if you got to stay focused on which the agenda, and you got to comport yourself to get the agenda. And once you get that agenda, then you know when you on the other side of the equation, you can pop your shit. You can pop your collar. DJ is in the building. What's popping, King?
Stop.
What's going on, Miss T? What's going on, Destiny, ATL, Boxer Sex? My guy Kyle, what's going on?
What up, DJ?
DJ.
He got the Clarissa
going on?
picture up there. I see you, King.
Hey, because she asked Savannah Marshall a question and she never answered it. You know where her medal's at?
Yeah, she did.
So
Yeah,
you know, I figure I just show I just show everybody. You know, Clarissa got them 2 medals. You know what I mean? Savannah Marshall was in them tournaments, just like Clarissa said. Savannah Marshall was in them same tournaments. Why she didn't win?
We already know why.
Clarissa said something last Saturday that I don't think a lot of people picked up on, and is, you know, in tune with what y'all was just saying.
I picked up on
like
whatever you gonna say.
Everybody talks about what I say, but nobody says anything about what these girls say to me.
Exactly.
That's exactly that goes back to her because she dark skin and she's a black woman.
Yeah, and she can count on niggas to have the other girls back. That is a horrible feeling. Let me tell you.
And she also told her, she said, "I came here for you. I chased you. You didn't come looking for me. I came here for you."
Right. That's why I came over here. You weren't gonna come to America. Exactly. You keep like her last 3 fights. I went back and looked that up after Clarissa said something about it. Her last 3 fights have all been against opponents who've gotten short notice and have had to come up
Terrible
and wait.
records.
So I had to fact check that for Clarissa. I was like, yeah, she is fighting 147 pounders and knocking them out.
Yep.
But as in the, in the great words of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Savannah Marshall is no special effects.
Exactly.
She's
fucking smoking mirror.
She's slow as Christmas. She's slow as Christmas. And it's just she's a female Joe Joyce. That's who Savannah Marshall is. She's a female version of Joe Joyce. Now, does she have power? Sure enough, she's got power, but she's slow as hell. And there's no way Clarissa is just gonna stand there and let her get hit with them overhand looping shots that she throws.
Yeah, no.
But she's trying to adopt that Fury style. I've seen it in a few of her fights ever since she's been training with Peter Fury. I've seen her trying to adopt Tyson Fury style, but it's just not who she is. Now you had
about neither. Tyson Fury just got lucky because his fighting style is nothing to write home about.
Who's adopting his style?
Savannah, whatever the broad name is.
Savannah Marshall, with the way she bobs in and out, trying to bob in and out, but she's slow, Miss T.
Jerky, she gonna bob in and come back out with the punch attached to her nose and shit.
Right, and the way she throws her jab, it's that same little flippy jab that Tyson Fury throws. She's not really throwing it with conviction. She's just flipping it out there to kind of keep you distracted, right? It's like, oh, okay, I get it. Clarissa's finna mop your ass up, man.
Hey, guys,
everybody talks about her power. Go ahead, Miss T. My bad.
Smash the like button when y'all come in. Stop reckless eyeballing. Get up and
hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing. It don't
not the reckless eyeballing. Oh shit, I know Miss T.
Remember they do when I get off. It'll show 6, 10 people, 12 people. When I get off, it'd be way more than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Come in. What's the problem?
Right.
I stopped through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with hate, liking, comment, and subscribe. Shit, let her get all of them.
Straight up.
Can y'all bust my chair?
Boost the algorithm, man. Boost the algorithm.
The like button, subscribe.
Thank you.
It's so for free.
Chair, please.
It's free. It's free of charge. You know
free as fuck. You ain't gonna get no more freer than this.
You like the show? Like them, subscribe, man.
They watching.
Stop being weird.
Stop being weird. Stop being a peeping Tom over here.
Stop hating on the black sister. If Tyson Fury was 250, he would be shit.
You ain't lying, Terrell. This is because Tyson Fury like a fucking damn redwood tree and shit. That nigga's like a tall fucking ridiculous.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this as a Wilder fan, right? Fury got skills, man. I can't front on him, man. Fury got skills, dog. Like,
stop it. Yo,
he does, man. He does. If I gotta be honest with myself as a boxing fan,
I'm sorry. I'm Team Wilder until I die. But
fact,
that last fight, he couldn't do nothing, and he did what he had to do. Even though Wilder was still cheated with the time and shit. It's like that motherfucker, the only one that I know that can get up from Wilder shit. Ain't nobody else got up.
Right. And I think that gets lost. That got lost in a lot of this shit.
He can get back up. Whenever you giving somebody, 15-second counts and shit, of course he can get back up.
But I ain't even seen nobody.
But Destiny, to that point though, how many times have we seen Wilder over the years hit somebody with that same shot and they sleep? Spuka went to sleep.
That first
Severn went to sleep.
Yeah. But we also know Tyson Fury be on that good juice, so ain't no telling.
Yeah.
Right. You know, he got a history of being on that booger sugar.
I think he was on the bag that night. I think he was.
You think he was hitting the bag that night? Think he hit the bag a couple times?
Tony Montana. He was definitely on his Tony Montana. Say hello to my little friend looking ass.
Yeah, he was in the room with Tony Montana.
He said, "Let me get one of them goddamn mics."
Okay, sulking.
But Destiny, I heard you say.
Hey, when the bell rung, you see
fight.
his face, didn't you?
He in love with the coat.
When the fight started, you ain't remember his face when the bell started the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go back and look at his pupils. Go back and look at his pupils.
No.
Hey, my man was pinned to the ceiling, wasn't it?
Bro, what? Come on, you bloody wanker.
Yeah.
You big doctor. You know what? I didn't know what that meant. So I took it as disrespect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were you asking me, DJ?
Hold on, what you say?
That's what he said. What you say about my mama?
Right.
DJ, what you asking me, honey?
What
Oh yeah, I was hearing you say that Clarissa's fight was boring. Like,
No,
I
when I see
enjoyed
it's so one-sided. Like, you see a fight that's just so one-sided, y'all. You get kind of restless looking at that. Like, that shit was ridiculous.
They should have
I mean,
stopped
the
that
only
fight, Destiny.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what I did like different about Clarissa though. She went to the body.
Yeah.
She was fucking her body up.
That fight should have been stopped. It was, I want to say it was the 6th or 7th round. Clarissa hit Emma Kozin with like 9 or 10 unanswered shots. The girl was in a state of physical surrender, and they did not stop that fight. But I say they couldn't stop it because now you kill the narrative that Clarissa is pillow-fisted going into a fight with a quote-unquote knockout artist. You get what I'm saying?
Is that girl? Was that girl she was fighting? Was she on that scissor or that T?
Nah, she didn't have no business. She didn't have no business being in there with Clarissa.
She just got beat up real bad.
Yeah, that fight was ridiculously one-sided.
You can lift all the weights in the world if you're a female. You're not gonna get that kind of build, like the neck muscles and you know, That's why I asked.
That chick was, I mean, come on, man. That was so ridiculous. I'm like, man, what the hell? I mean, what was her percentage connect rate? So I'm like, it was in single digits. Come on, man.
Yeah, they did an overall analysis of that fight. Clarissa landed, I think it was like 6 shots in 3 seconds or some shit like that. It was crazy, man.
And that's how you gonna say it wasn't boring. That shit was mad boring. It was like literally watching her fight a punching bag. That girl she just showed up to be a punching bag. They had to stop the man. They had to cut the shit, man. Yeah. That shit was ridiculous, man.
Savannah Marshall is going to be easy work for Clarissa because she's already out of character. Savannah Marshall don't talk. She doesn't talk. When have we ever heard Savannah Marshall talk? She don't talk. She even looked, even when she was trying to trash talk Clarissa, it was cringeworthy. She's like, if you perform like that against me, I'm going to wipe the floor with you.
Yeah, so like, she seen Clarissa
how long
putting them
did you practice that? How long did she practice that?
How much taller is she to Clarissa?
About 2-3 inches. I think Savannah Marshall's like 5'10". She's big now. She's a big girl.
Like she got 20 pounds on Clarissa.
She's big. She cuts down, like Clarissa said, she probably cuts down from 175, 180 pounds.
That's amazing for a woman to do that.
According to Clarissa and her promoter Salita, they offered Savannah Marshall the fight when they were at 68, and Savannah Marshall didn't take it. And the only reason Savannah Marshall even has a belt right now is because Clarissa had to vacate that belt to go down to 154 and become undisputed.
Yeah, that's the reason why a lot of them girls got belts.
You know, it's amazing for a woman to cut from 180 to down to 160, y'all. You know, it's really hard for a woman to cut weight like that. So I don't know what the fuck they over there doing in her camp. They might be on some specialty too.
They might be. They sipping some.
Like Shakur Stevenson, whatever the boy taking, I'll be on the same damn drugs too. So whatever you take, we all got to be on the even playing field. So whatever you take, I'm taking too. You got specialty, I got specialty.
The beautiful thing about Shakur Stevenson and Valdez coming up, if Shakur wipe his ass up, then that juice didn't help you. Like, that's what, it might help some folks. I still advocate that you should never do that stuff, but you have to look at Shakur differently.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But I'm just saying, I was still, whatever somebody taking, like when Deontay Wilder fought, Tyson, I'd have been on whatever he was taking too, and I had the same gloves he had too. Everybody got to be equal.
Speaking of that,
Miss T, it didn't help Valdez in his last fight because he lost.
yeah,
He did that.
He lost.
Yeah, that boy did. Well, that boy looked
And
pretty
that was
terrible.
after he tested positive. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it did whatever herbal tea he was drinking, it didn't help him.
Where's the location that they're gonna fight? They can't go to no
Vegas.
Vegas.
They fighting in Vegas.
I don't know.
They're fighting the same day as Serrano and Katie Taylor.
And they're gonna be in Vegas too?
Nah, Serrano and Katie Taylor in New York, man. That fight is gonna be a big fight. It's a lot of Irish fans in New York. We know it's a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York, so that fight should do real well, man.
Man, fuck that fight. I'm boycott that fight. Fuck that fight.
I want to see it, Destiny. I'm going to watch it.
I never want to see that fight. I never watched Amanda, whatever the broad name is, fight. I never saw the other broad fight. I refuse to watch any of the white ladies fight. I'm not supporting it, period. They always be having holds up.
Fight a cheater, he should take him back to Jersey, into the bricks.
Right. And I'll be on the same cheating stuff he on too. We all gonna cheat together.
That's where now I'm not complaining because they did the fight in Atlanta and I was able to go. Miss T knows this. Yeah. They should have Jamel Herring and Shakur should have fought in Jersey because Jamel Herring's from New York. Shakur's from Jersey. They should have fought in Jersey.
You're right.
But I'm glad they brought it to Atlanta though. I enjoyed myself.
Hey, Jamel Herring is funny. Do y'all follow him on Instagram? That dude did an imitation of Ike Turner. What was he was like, but I ain't got nothing. I got some jewelry, I got some glasses, I ain't got no money or whatever. He was like, can you please instruct your client to take his glasses out? He's like, you ain't got to tell me to do nothing. And the Oscar goes to, I was dying laughing. I didn't know he was that funny.
Right. How speaking of that, just to veer off for a second, how Angela Bassett didn't win an Oscar for that movie is beyond me. She played that role. Lawrence Fishburne played the hell out of Ike Turner.
You know why they didn't win no damn Oscar. You stop asking questions you already know the answer to. Same reason why fucking Malcolm X was never nominated for nothing. Same reason. You already know what it is.
Because what's love?
Same reason why Color Purple didn't win nothing, right?
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What's love got to do with it? You knew every line in that damn movie.
Yeah, you do. But you know what? That's no Color Purple. I think Oprah was nominated for Best Supporting Actress or something.
Best Picture? I think they got
Color Purple did. It was. I mean, at least it was even mentioned.
It was nominated. It was nominated for Best Picture, but it didn't win. I think some movie that Meryl Streep was in won Best Picture.
But you already know.
Say this: Meryl Streep is she the goods. I don't think she beat out.
She's good. She's good.
But she the goods. Y'all know Meryl Streep is probably the one actor that was nominated more times than anybody. I don't think nobody has been nominated for an Oscar more than her.
Yeah,
that's because she sits on the damn board.
Miss T,
what's up?
Check your cash out.
Oh, okay. My bad, y'all. Like I be turning the phone off. Oh, boo boo. Oh.
But to Destiny, you got to get on this MMA train. I done converted Miss T. I've converted Miss T over to MMA. You got to get on this train.
I refuse.
Hold on, y'all. Move the silence. I got to give a shout out to ATL Unanimous for the cash app. Thank you, boo.
No problem, sweetie.
Go ahead. What you say? Yeah, Destiny. I will highly suggest to try the Bellator. You might like it.
I don't know what this man is. Who is this man?
You know why, DJ?
That shit is like watching wrestling.
It's the other American promotion, MMA promotion, other than the UFC. There are other promotions out here besides the UFC. A lot of people don't know that. But Bellator, to me, Bellator has the better format because they actually do tournaments every year, right? They'll take the top 7 guys or girls in the weight class and they'll put them in a tournament with the champion. So the champion he'll have to fight in the first round of the tournament. he'll fight the number 6 guy or whatever in the tournament, and so on and so forth. Every fight that the champion fights is a title defense in the tournament. And at the end of the tournament,
Bellator was a person.
No, Bellator. I get it. It's a stupid name. It's a stupid name, but it's a promotion. It's the other MMA promotion. Now the UFC has a card this weekend, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Bellator, I love their format because they do tournaments. It's truly made the best man win. There's no ducking, no dodging. You're gonna fight this guy in this tournament. The promotion sets the bracket. You don't get to pick who you fight. You don't get to say, hey, I don't want to fight in the tournament. If you don't want to fight in the tournament, fine. We'll take your belt and we'll put it online. We'll put it on the line at the end of the tournament.
I will say this, y'all. I am the person who did not like all that type fighting. It grossed me out because I just felt like anything liable to happen. You know, you liable to see an ear come off you. People be violently throwing up, you know, and stuff. I don't want to see that shit. But I had to find an alternative, and I will say that's a happy middle. Bellator is actually fun because the best do fight the best, and they got 3 rounds of 5 minutes, and you really be sitting on the edge of your seat. And this is a person who didn't like none of that stuff. So DJ comes in on Thursdays, and we chop it up with the Bellator stuff. When the next fight, DJ? Bellator's
next fight is next Friday.
Next Friday. I'll
come in next Thursday and I'll tell you more about that card.
Okay. Yeah, I would highly suggest to watch it. As I told DJ, I see where my favorite lies. It's Bellator.
I will be watching my murder porn on that day.
Terrell Gosper said, who is Meryl Streep? He said Streps, but Streep. She's a famous actress.
I know you done seen Death Becomes Her.
Oh, that was my movie.
That's the blonde lady in that movie. That's Meryl Streep.
Well, you know, what's her name? Blonde too.
Oh, Goldie Hawn, but
she was red hair, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was red hair in that one.
Okay. PGH Big Dog is in a building. He said salute Queen T in chat. And
salute to you.
Terrell Gosper said at DJ, do Bellator pay more than UFC?
It's tricky because Bellator actually allows you to have your sponsors, right? The UFC has a uniform, what they call a fight kit, right? Since they're Dana White and the UFC brass years ago decided, hey, we're a league, we're a sports promotion, whatever, we need to have uniforms, right? So it took these guys and these girls sponsors away. Remember, they used to have these banners on the side of the cage. Hey, this person's sponsoring me. This person's sponsoring me. Well, Bellator doesn't have that. Bellator allows you to have sponsors, which anybody from, Muscle Farm or Jimmy John's, whatever restaurant, supplement company, or whatever that decides they want to sponsor you. It's like one fighter put it. He had $20,000 for one patch on his shorts. And you see these guys' shorts that are covered in patches, so they could easily get $100,000, $150,000 just off sponsorships along with their person. Now, there's a big misconception about what UFC fighters got paid, and I'll go back into Israel Adesanya. You almost had his name, Miss T. You almost nailed it. Israel Adesanya is the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion of the world, and he just got a big lucrative deal yesterday to stay on with the UFC, right? Mm-hmm. His last fight, I think he made, $1.5 million, and that was before pay-per-view. The way the UFC's format is set up, it all depends on, you get a base salary, and then whatever the pay-per-view does, you get a part of that. As a champion. Now, no matter if you're the co-main event or what, even if you're the co-main event, if you're a champion on that card, you get a percentage of the pay-per-view. So that's just the way their format is set up. That's why guys like Conor McGregor made all that money he made. That's why Ronda Rousey made all the money she made. Every time they fought, they were selling 1.5 million, 2 million pay-per-views every time they fought. And you get guys now, Like Kamaru Usman's last fight was on the same night of Canelo and Caleb Plant. He sold, I think it was 750,000 pay-per-views, right? So he's gonna get a bump just off of that. Now, do they make as much as they should? Hell no. I think they should make more. But that's just the way their format is set up.
Yeah, people have been
But you,
folks have sued Dana White because of the money they have not received from his ass. But Dana White be with the bullshit, y'all. Niggas be making
yeah, he's a bully. He's a
$25,000,
bully.
$10,000.
He's a bully, but I'll tell you this though. I'll say this, and just going back and looking at the athletic commissions because that's who reports the purses. Going back, I can tell you now, the mid-level guys in the UFC make more than the mid-level guys in boxing. The bottom-level guys in the UFC and MMA make more than the bottom-level guys in boxing. Ain't nobody getting paid $2,500 for a fight like somebody did on the Tank fight or on Oscar's Golden Boys card. Ain't nobody getting paid $2,500 for a fight.
Miss T, you going live tomorrow, Miss T?
Yeah, I'm going live tomorrow. It's Grown Woman Talk too.
Okay, I might got them join y'all. Well, hold on, you said Women's Talk. I might not be able to join. You know, it's Women's Talk.
Bring your ass up in here. We need the fellas.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna join you, man. I'm finna goddamn dip out. You know, I gotta get up early and shit. I appreciate talking to you.
Bro.
I appreciate talking to all y'all on the panel, man. I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow, Miss T. I'll be on. I promise.
I got you, Key.
All right,
Love,
man.
peace, and blessings, brother. Love, peace, and blessings.
Peace out to all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see my face.
All right,
more.
brother. Take care of yourself now.
Peace
Miss
out,
T,
man.
tomorrow your thing should be about
What it's gonna be about tomorrow, Miss T?
I forgot the topic. The ladies have to remind me, but we put it out last week what the topipic was gonna be.
I don't want to come on there and get jumped on and shit.
Nah, do anybody ever get jumped on? Everybody be watching. Have I ever jumped on some niggas?
Suggest that you do about can a woman have sex on the first day? Because when I was on T show, all the dudes John be talking about some. You're not supposed to have sex on the first date or whatever. Like, who the hell gets to regulate? Who wrote these goddamn
I'll
rules?
definitely join y'all. I'll give y'all my insight.
And I definitely like tomorrow. I'm supposed to go to one of my boys' show at between like 9:15, 9:30. So I definitely don't want to miss that. He's starting the show, and I'm gonna give him support because he always support me. So
what kind of show?
Have the ladies come. It's the Mac Mob. Y'all go over and subscribe to him.
Okay.
I'm doing to go subscribe. You're gonna like the show. You're gonna like it. And Eat Thriller. Go subscribe to them. Those guys are cool. I like how they run that show. And it's respect and love at the end. They respectfully disagree. Y'all know how I am. Y'all come in and shoot your shit, say what you gotta say.
Okay.
And I still love you, even if you disagree.
You know how we do, Miss T.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I'm gonna holler at y'all though, man. I'll see you tomorrow though.
I got you.
Peace out.
All right, bro.
All right, peace. Terrell Gosper said, laugh my ass off. I'm just messing with y'all, but I don't watch movies like that. And he said, yeah, I remember that DJ UFC used to be my shit. And PGH Big Dog said, it's about time, but UFC is robbing most of the fighters. And I'm going to add on to what DJ be saying. Honest to God, y'all, it's filling a void. And honest to God, if I can like Bellator, I swear to you, because I'm the last person that should like this shit. You know, it was a nail biter because I see people who on the same level and should be in the ring with each other. And it's like they the best of the best, and you just don't know what's gonna happen. It's like watching a real fight.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying because the business of boxing has been getting away with the business of boxing. That's why boxing has been taking, it's been declining because motherfuckers with the cherry picking and stuff is outlandish. It's getting like more and more outlandish as we go on. This is like an all-time high and shit.
Yeah.
And I blame Cinnamon Sugar.
I blame, like, to me, when I look at boxing sometimes, it's almost like I'm paying to see Mauricio Suleiman or Paco from the WBO, or what's the other guy from Venezuela? Like I'm paying to see them, and then Bob, and then Oscar, then Mayweather, then Hearn, and then PBC, like the managers and the promoters. And then last but not least is the pawns on the board, which are the fighters. I can't do that. I can't do that no more. Like it's irritating me to no end.
And the fighters are letting they're going along with this fuckery. They're going along with the only ones we got. The real fighters we got left. We got the young boys, the young guys like the Shakur Stevensons and Devin Haney's of the world, who really is anybody can get it. The rest of these motherfuckers are duck goosing out here, y'all. I don't understand it.
And we're talking about Devin Haney, because you know what? I'm critical of him too. Like, there's a smart part of his career trajectory that I will put on his shoulders. For the most part, everybody's ducking him. I don't care about that bullshit they came out, try to come out with time or something. He pricing himself out. Look, I don't want to hear that type of business here after the fight and contract is done and y'all gonna get in the ring. I don't give a care about none of that shit because I ain't counting their dollars. But
how is he pricing himself out when he the one putting up the money for the fight?
See, that's why I be saying I don't even care about it. And I didn't believe it anyway, because you gonna tell the disrespect to me started when you said sell your jewelry. Stay in your motherfucking lane, George. How the fuck you another man that's
right?
A person, period, white, black, yellow, or purple, to sell their jewelry? Who the fuck you supposed to be?
But
that was some jealous shit.
I'm not surprised because George Kambosos let us know what time it was as soon as he got them belts. For lack of a better word, he told us, hey, these belts in this fight is going to the highest bidder. Whoever comes, I don't give a damn about Undisputed. They already calling me Undisputed. I don't care about what you got to say, Devin Haney. If you don't come with more money than Bob or Oscar, you're not getting the fight.
First of all, we already know Bob and Oscar is not going to put up nowhere near the kind of money. Every fighter that Devin Haney has faced has made more money with him than they would have made with the likes of even Tank. We already know Oscar De La Hoya. He pays fucking Ryan Garcia like, $200,000. No Bob ass is extra. He's a miser. This nigga ain't paying nobody more than $1 than he has to.
Ryan don't want to fight, man. So, there's that. But to me, boxing is punishing Devin Haney because of Floyd Mayweather. That's it. That's all what's happening. They don't want another Floyd Mayweather. They don't want another young, black, flamboyant fighter to take over the sport like Floyd Mayweather did. That's all this shit boils down to. When Shakur Stevenson reaches that level, which he's already a great champion, and he's a great talent, but once he reaches that level where he's going to go from division to division conquering it, they're going to try to stall him out. All of a sudden, he's not going to be able to get fights. All of a sudden, he's going to be, quote unquote, pricing himself out. All of a sudden, guys are going to start getting injured and can't fight and want to hold on to these belts 2 or 3 years. The same thing is going to happen over and over and over again because boxing does not want another Floyd Mayweather. Floyd called his own shots. The people who they wanted to promote, he beat them and told them that this guy who you want to be on top ain't shit. So, I'm the top guy. That's basically what it boils down to me.
But you know what? In the end of the day, like, we be giving them benefits of the doubt because he was talking a good game before he beat T.O. And I don't care what nobody say. I do believe T.O. was hurt. I ain't making no excuses because I don't think he could have beat a healthy T.O. And once he won them belts, he was looked at as food. Now, the little part that I put on Devin Haney's shoulders is kind of a little bit, I ain't gonna say he overrated. Now, I won't go so far like Sean Porter said, but I would say that Devin Haney, to me, has yet to been tested. The closest he came, in my opinion, was his last fight. Well, what's that boy name?
Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, Jojo Diaz. That was a test a little bit. But Devin, you don't have to wait on these motherfuckers who don't want to fight you. The jig is up. You and your father traveled around the country. People know what you can do. They don't want nothing with you. They don't want that smoke. But it ain't, remember DJ, I did this. I've been calling for Devin and Isaac Cruz since August last year.
Girl, no, I want to see that damn fight. I refuse to watch Devin Haney fight a goddamn midget. Stop it.
Come on now, Destiny. Come on now.
Man,
you can't.
But Miss T, when Devin goes in there and outclasses him, all of a sudden, Devin, who is Isaac Cruz? Tank beat him with one hand. You know what I mean?
But remember, I told you that Isaac Cruz was a force to be reckoned with. Now, a lot of people will still probably say he ain't all that. But come on, we can't say the dude ain't no force to be reckoned with. He gonna
right.
So that's all we needed. We just needed to see Devin get uncomfortable to see. I don't know if he could dig deep because he ain't never had to. I don't know if he could be different and creative because all he got to do is win with the same style he got. We know he gonna watch Camboso's ass. We already know that. But don't, Devin. That's all I'm
saying. Go
ahead,
Miss T, my bad.
Fight somebody else. You got what's his name? Rais Aleem. Is he 135?
Nah, he's 118, I think. No, he's 122. 122.
Oh,
right, Aleem?
Yeah,
because he's in, I think he's one of he's an option for Cool Boy Steph's next fight if Cool Boy Steph don't go for undisputed against MJ. But when people say this person ain't been tested, it's kind of like because I'm a football guy at heart, right?
Right.
You can't punish me because I'm beating everybody by 40. Don't punish me because I'm watching the guys that y'all put me in here with. Is that not what I'm supposed to do if I'm that guy? Yeah. Like when people say that about Boots, like when Sean came out hating, because that's all it was pure hate. It was pure hate and jealousy and envy because 4 or 5 months ago you just told us you wasn't gonna fight it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now that you retired and sit back comfortable doing your little podcast, all of a sudden he's overhyped. We need to see him tested. Why the hell we got to see somebody get beat on to figure out whether or not they the good?
That's true. You gotta
Boots Ennis is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. If everybody's saying he's fighting B and C level fighters, guess what he's doing? 1 or 2 rounds, your ass is out of there. Inside of 6 rounds, your ass is out of there. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. If somebody's not supposed to be in there with you, you get them out of there. If somebody's not supposed to be on the you beat them by 50. If somebody's not supposed to be on the court with you, you beat them by 20. That's what's supposed to happen. So I don't believe in punishing fighters because they're far better than the competition that they're playing. I look at how they fight their competition and how they deal with it. Okay, it's clear there's a talent gap in this thing, right? Why ain't he out of here already? He should have got him out of here.
What you gonna say, Destiny? I feel you, DJ.
I was just saying, I was agreeing with you. I mean, 100% agree with you. And I mean, with that fight with Devin Haney and JoJo, when he fought, Devin Haney was trying to prove a point to people when he fought JoJo Diaz that he could take a punch because everybody was trying to say he was chinny because he got clipped by Jorge Linares, which we all know Linares was a heavy hitter. He was never been known for being pillow fisted or whatever. He didn't go down like fucking Lomachenko did. He never hit the canvas like Tio. Tio hit the canvas his very first fight. His very first debut fight, he hit the canvas. So I don't understand this whole chinny thing came from. Everybody, get clipped, can get hurt a little bit, but that man still bounced back.
Remember they said that about Bud? Or for that matter, Keith, when you say he's stomachy, he never been down from a stomach.
No, he did go down against what the boy name is, Pacquiao.
Oh yeah, I mean he was knocked down, flash knocked there, but not from a stomach hit. Right? I think Pacquiao chin checked him. I think I got to go back and watch it.
He knocked him down again too in the later rounds.
Yeah, Pacquiao chin checked him. It was kind of a perfect shot in that fight with Pacquiao because Keith Thurman was backing up, and I think it was the overhand right or a looping right hook or something that he caught Keith with while Keith was backing up. Because you know how Pacquiao likes to jump in and out.
Yeah.
And he just so happened to jump. He just so happened to jump and throw that hook while Keith was backing up, so he caught
it. Yeah, but like Keith never really been down for the count.
Right.
From a body shot. So we say he's stomachy because he get hurt in the stomach, and that may be true. But I don't know how he pulled through it. I always say, well, shit, when he's spitting that mouthpiece out, why ain't nobody jumping on his ass? Pacquiao didn't do it. This last guy didn't. Oh, Barrios. Oh my God, he broke the shit out that dude's face.
Man, didn't nobody I wanted Barrios to win that fight so bad, so people can quit saying Tank ain't fought nobody.
I know Kyle wanted him to win.
I wanted Barrios to win that fight so bad, but didn't nobody tell me he wasn't gonna throw no punches at all. Like
He looked
Like
good.
them first 5 rounds, Barrios came out with his hands in his pocket.
Yeah,
Oh
he
man, I was so disappointed. I turned it off in the 8th round. I ain't even watched the rest of it.
I was like, Keith, make it to the end. Because again, you know, I'm gonna give Keith credit because he only lost one time. If Keith had been losing and losing and losing, and then couple that with the rhetoric that he been saying and the things he do, then I would say most of you guys, in my opinion, just my humble opinion, would have a point. But Keith, you know, he lost one time.
That's because he ain't fought but one time in 15 years. He ain't fought for him to lose fight. He ain't fight but once every 10 years. And then he come back to fight. Who are these people? Sir, Mario Barrios, cut the shit, Keith. That's who you came back to fight, yo.
But see, that's the difference with MMA and boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: the 155-pound champion, which is the lightweight division in MMA, has 8 losses. He has 8 losses. A loss means nothing in MMA. I think the top 3 guys, the top 3 or 4 guys in the middleweight division right now, all have at least 3 or 4 losses. Besides Israel Adesanya, who's the champion. He only has 1 loss, and that was at a higher weight class when he decided, hey, I'm gonna go up and fight a guy at 205. Not only is 205 light heavyweight in MMA, not only is it 20 pounds heavier at weigh-in than what I'm usually fighting at, but this guy's cutting down from 240. So I'm naturally 200 pounds. Israel Adesanya is naturally about 200 pounds, right? He cuts down to 185. He decided he was going to go up and fight a guy who's cutting down from 240 and still didn't get knocked out and was still doing really good in the fight. He just lost a decision. But
you know what they believe in the UFC and the MMA? They believe in the after all, tomorrow is another day. In my Vivian voice. Boxing.
You lose that fight, guess what? You lose because there's so many ways to lose. You lose that fight, you go on a 5-fight win streak, all of a sudden you're right back where you were.
Boxing, you lose. Everybody want to be Mayweather. But they keep forgetting about Pretty Boy, who fought.
Everybody want to be Mayweather and Andre Ward, but Andre Ward even spoke about it. He was like, the thing with boxing is once you take a loss, all of a sudden that bag ain't the same the next fight.
And that's
now they can come to you and be like, hey, I mean, you did just lose, like, you know.
But look at Pacquiao. Pacquiao will always get a bag. You know why? Because he puts a fight on.
Right.
And that's all these boxers got to know. Because that's how it used to be. It used to be like that. Remember the battles of Mickey Ward and Gotti? One time one win, one time the other win. The reason why they always caught a bag and an opportunity is because they put on one hell of a fight. And if you have that mentality, I may lose. Well, you don't want to think of yourself as losing. But if you lose, you got tomorrow is another day. Come back harder.
Boxing is the only sport though. Like if you take an L, sometimes it could truly end your career. It depends on what kind of L you take too, though. In boxing, you take the terrible L. Sometimes that truly ends your career. Look what happened to Chad Dawson. He took that L against fucking Andre Ward, and he never bounced back. Ended his career.
Came back.
Never.
And I used to like him too.
I used to love fucking Chad Dawson.
One for me, Destiny, to your point, was Michael Grant. When Michael Grant got knocked out by Lennox Lewis, he wasn't the same.
Yeah, it was a wrap. I totally forgot about Michael Grant. It's literally like that though with boxing. Boxing is the only sport where you really can't bounce back, y'all. Like
look at Juan Manuel Marquez. You gonna
but he was able to bounce back.
You gonna pay him with all his losses. You gonna pay him.
Yeah, but he didn't ever take like a L that just was like terrible. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you could take an L that's just really terrible. If you never come back. You just never come back, and it's crazy.
You can also tell when fighters don't leave everything in the ring. You can tell. And when you do that, I might not want to see you again.
And boxing, boxing only sport too. If you just cannot have if you have an off night, sometimes that ends your career. Even though just could have been an off night, people don't want to see you no more. Like, man, I don't want to see that bomb no more. Exactly. It's fucking bananas.
To me, the cure is you put on a hell of a show every time you get in the ring. Leave it in the motherfucking ring. Everything in the ring. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you might sustain a loss. But when people see you, like how they feel about Sean Porter, you know this dude gonna maul you. You know it's gonna be a fight. Now he don't have no charisma. That's what I would attribute to him not being able to draw bigger crowds, because I just think charisma wise, and he's going to learn how to have that with his little podcast. I don't want to say little, his podcast and his commentating for the networks. But he, as a fighter, he didn't have no charisma. You know, as y'all say, he never let his nuts hang. It seemed like Kenny ruled everything, and that was his dad. But hey, it just seemed like you ask Sean a question, you got to look at Kenny first. That's how it always looked like to me.
His style of fighting was so ugly. He was not a boxer. That nigga was a goddamn wrestler. He played football.
Yes, he was a football player. He was a football player. But
Right.
y'all, Dillian White and Fury, they got to the 21st to secure finish off whatever the hell they're gonna finish off. They probably gonna be fighting in England at Wembley Stadium. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off because he still don't have a license. And I don't know how you pull that shit off in a couple of months.
So Dillian White.
How you adjudicate?
Man, Dillian White don't want to fight nobody. He just want to bitch and moan about not getting fight. But when it comes down time to fight, Dillian White don't really want to fight nobody. He just want to cry. Man, I wish Wilder would have peeled his scalp back 4 or 5 years ago. I'm so tired of Dillian White, man.
Taco meat.
Everybody hates Dillian White. Dillian White don't really bother me. I'm just used to him talking stuff and not doing shit. He kind of like Keith Thurman.
He talks a lot. He talks a lot for a man who's pop positive twice and been knocked out cold twice. You talk an awful lot, sir. Excuse me. You talk a lot, man. And don't really want to fight.
Both of them cheaters, so they deserve each other.
Don't see Charlo ain't gonna be fighting Cinnamon Sugar.
Right? Ain't nobody bringing up the fact that he ducked out of Wallin, man. Like, come on, dog.
Well,
like, you just ducked out of a fight, and what was it? What was he supposed to fight out of Wallin? What was it, November, December? You just ducked out of a fight
October 30th
into a title shot, and now you complaining about the money that you get in a title shot that you claimed you wanted. You have no leverage. You have no leverage.
Yeah,
take the fight.
Taco meat need to sit down. Hey, PGH Big Dog said Kambosos is out of pocket, calling him boy. I didn't even hear that. See, them motherfuckers be acting like they don't know what it means to say that shit. They don't get a pass. I don't care what country you from. I won't hang it on his no white boy will beat me shit clown bozo. Terrell said, sell your bussy Cambozo with your chicken ass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why black people act like, racism is exclusive only to white Americans. Where do you think fucking white Americans came from? It's very inclusive to all white folks. Like, it's very much inclusive because they came from fucking Europe. I don't understand why we be thinking it's just exclusive to you need to change into your pajama. It's just exclusive to white Americans. Like, that's bananas. But we seem to think that
people like him know better, right?
He does, because they're very racist over there in Australia.
To say boy, yeah, because they got Aborigines.
Yes, and they treat them horrible over there.
Mm-hmm. Nobody want to be. Don't no grown man nowhere want to be called a boy.
I'm telling you now, you call me boy, you get slapped on the spot. It just is what it is. We'll worry about why it happened later. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna take my 90 days anger management, do my little community service, whatever it is. But you're getting slapped. You call me boy, you're getting slapped. To me, in the way I was raised, the way my grandmother and my uncles raised me, that's worse than the N-word. You get what I'm saying? When somebody call you boy. So, that's just where I stand with that. But yeah, Kambosos knew what he was doing. He knew what he was saying. He was trying to get a reaction. I hope Devin didn't give him one, or Devin should have slapped his ass. Either you don't react at all, or you react extreme.
Well, he probably didn't say that to that man's face.
Can't be no middle ground.
Yeah.
He probably didn't say that to Devin face because his ass is back over there in Australia. I don't think him and Devin ran into each other, since his goofy ass was over here.
Devin can't wait for these motherfuckers.
But Miss T, I'm gonna send you some fights. I'm gonna send you a couple fights of the guys who are actually fighting this weekend. I'm gonna give you some more homework.
Cool.
Destiny, are you on any social media at all?
I'm on Instagram.
All right, put your Instagram in the private chat real quick. I'm gonna send you some fights, and I'm gonna try to get you interested in the sport as well. Because these guys are the best are truly fighting each other. It's like when boxing fans or when people say, "Oh, MMA fighters ain't making no money," but we're getting the best fights. Boxing, they're making all this money, but they ain't fighting but once a year. You're only getting the fights you want to see once a year. So it's kind of a give and take. Now, I'm always pro athlete in whatever sport, whether it's basketball, football, baseball. Hey, that man wants $200 million. Give it to him. You got it. You gonna make it back. Give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So in boxing, MMA, whatever, that guy want a $10 million a fight. Give it to him. But Dana White done told y'all, man, even though I don't put me in a position where I got to defend old Uncle Fester. But the man done told y'all, if I gave everybody $10 million a fight, I'd be out of business. We'd look like boxing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to give guys $10 million a fight, which he done told Jake Paul, if you want to give these guys $10, $15 million a fight, start your own MMA promotion, and we'll see how long you last.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, Miss T, I got a slide. Destiny, did you put your? Okay, let me see.
Yes, she's in there.
No, but I see what you're saying though. Some fights ain't even worth. They're not worth this. Like that damn fucking what's Keith Thurman versus goddamn Mario Barrios fight? It wasn't worth 20 cents. I don't know why that had to be a pay-per-view fight.
Oh, I was straight stream team with that.
They was out of pocket. I don't know what's going on with fucking Al Heyman,
I was blindly following PBC like this. Now I got the hookup. Holla if you hear me.
And
PBC, Miss T. Why you been boycotting PBC?
When Tim Smith came out and said that he had no intentions from the past, present, or future to do a deal with Terrence Crawford. Now, all this time, I'm hoping. I'm a fan. I'm pouring money into you guys, and you guys can't do that shit, even though it's a moneymaker. But out of spite, fuck y'all. You can't. I like Bud so much. He's just one of the fighters, like how I feel about Deontay. You can't shit on him and then I don't feel nothing. I can be objective about anything, Bud, but he is my favorite fighter.
Mine too. And to me, that's ridiculous. They're gonna pour money into that. They're talking that good shit, but boxing has been at a stalemate. For them to even recoup some of the money that they've been dishing out, because I know damn well ain't no way in the world that fucking Canelo versus Caleb Plant fight made no goddamn $50 million or whatever it was. I guarantee you.
They saying it did. Destiny. And
that's
my thing
right?
I don't believe it did. I don't think it did as good as they say it did. But I'm not arguing with none of these Canelo fans. They said Wilder fans were bad. You can't say shit about Canelo.
Same thing like with Pacquiao fights. Pacquiao
man.
Every time.
But my thing is now, what really aggravates me now is the Zone is paying Triple G a bag to fight some guy that a lot of people hadn't even heard of over here in America, even though he may be a star over there in Japan. What they got to do with us? I don't live in Japan. And if you believe the report, they're about to give him another $85 million over there. It's like y'all got all this money, but y'all can't give Dev and Kambosos 10. Like
it's almost like, let me say this, DJ.
I think $10 million to get that fight made. Give Dev 6, give Kambosos 4, or swap it. Pay Devin the same thing you've been paying him. Give Kambosos his biggest pay. Like y'all ain't got $10 million for that fight.
Yes, they do.
Hold on 1 second. PGA said Queen T, and he capitalizing this shit. What's up, King? He said, please don't get on that Fred shit. To be honest, PGH, you can ask DJ. I don't agree with everything Fred and Kyle. And Kyle here, you can ask them because Kyle can't stand Sean Porter. I don't dislike him. I don't like him. Either way, I don't have no feelings. I like Keith. They hate him. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things we can disagree. But I was the one who always bought the fights. And when Tim Smith said it, not when Fred said it, not when Kyle said it, or anybody, but when Tim Smith showed me that Bud is got to fight Bob, he got to put up with the Earl Sexuals, he got to put up with PBC for what? And you can't give this nigga $4 million. You didn't even sit down with him and have this conversation, but you already let it be known it's too much. But you could turn right around and give Canelo Cinnamon fucking looking ass $50 million.
What Destiny called him cinnamon sugar. I like that. You know, it's some ignorant ass Canelo fans that when I was out here calling them cinnamon, it was like, why you disrespecting? Why you do it? You do understand Canelo means cinnamon in Spanish, right? Like, right. So it's like y'all. It's like you don't even know
it. Yeah, but they can find money for him.
Yeah, and that's like I was on board with. I was like, okay, cool. That's what it's gonna cost to make the fight over here with Showtime. But now that he's going back to the zone and they talking about giving him all this money, but yet y'all can't give Dev that money. Like y'all can't give Demetrius Andrade that money. I have no problem with Demetrius Andrade moving up in weight because it's clear none of the other champions are gonna fight him at 160. Now some people say he's ducking Johnny Beck and all. I don't think he's ducking. Why would I stay around to beat another mandatory or fight another mandatory?
That nobody
only for y'all to say after I beat him, you know, people are gonna say, well, he only had 11 fights. Who did you really beat? So I have no problem with Demetrius Andrade moving up. With that being said, Miss T, I got to slide. Appreciate you for having me on. Destiny is fun as always. You know, y'all have a good night, man. I'm gonna fall back and keep listening, but I gotta get back to work.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's just like when Obama left office, and I know it was your boy Destiny, and I ain't hating on Bernie. He just wasn't my dude. And see, I can agree with folks and disagree. It's still all love, you know. Destiny, my girl. But Bernie said, "Why he got to write a book? He don't need that money." Bernie, how mighty white are you? Like, how you gonna tell this man he don't need the millions? Because I think they gave him like $60 million for a 4-book deal.
Yeah, but that's because Bernie's a real progressive. You know, Bernie, as long as he's been in politics, this man is barely worth $1 million. And I think that's more equity in his home than anything else. Bernie is a real, like, he's a real progressive. And that's what I loved about. I wanted to feel the burn, man. Still, we got old Jim Crow Joe. Nobody actually Jim Crow Joe, but old ass black folks somewhere in South Carolina. So now we stuck with Jim Crow Joe.
I might as well be in the South Click. Look, Bernie, don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. That dude got to eat. He ain't no different. I say all Democrats, Republicans, they the same. But you do have to look. I will vote for Bernie before I vote for any Republican. You do have to look at what they say, because they'll tell you to your face what they about. And I ain't gonna dip off in the politics because we'll be here another 6 hours. And I kind of took a break from it, and you know, because I needed my health, my mental. But yeah, I just don't agree. Why when it comes to black folks, oh, you had enough. Why you get to put the cap on some shit? And there's no caps when it comes to other folks, white, Mexican, whoever. And that's what I'm seeing.
No, I mean Bernie, he go in on everybody when he talking about that money stuff. He feel like politicians are not here. They're supposed to be for the people, and politicians end up turning out being for themselves, and you know how to make their pockets richer, or whatever the case may be. I understand where Bernie be coming from, but yeah, you don't get to pocket watch. No, this man he's already done his time in the office. He's gone. They want to give him $60 million to write a book that I didn't never have to read. To be honest, I know it's gonna be a lot of crap in here.
But you know, if that's what they do, that's what all other presidents do.
Right, they do.
You gotta double back and tell all them other motherfuckers, dead or alive, go to the grave and say, you ain't have to take that book deal. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't. So don't stop.
I want to feel the burn though. Bernie had like the community college thing going. He was a true progressive. Like, I did not want Jim Crow Joe. And he came in showing exactly what he was, Jim Crow Joe. I just do not support Jim Crow Joe.
Jim Crow Joe. I didn't want the flame. I didn't want the flame.
we had first we went from Orange Hitler and his Nazi regime, and then we went on to Jim Crow Joe and his repressive regime. So, I mean, I just want to feel the burn. I want a true progressive. I want to, like, how they have socialist Democrats over there in, Europe. That's why America, I mean, those countries thrive. Socialist Democrats thrive. That's exactly what Bernie is.
But
I like socialist Democrats.
True progressives back in the day were actually Republicans like Theodore Roosevelt and Dwight Eisenhower, who was a racist. Dwight wasn't racist, but he did something profound. He created the middle class. And without a big middle class, a middle class acts as a deterrence for the elite.
But that middle class didn't even start with him. That actually started with your boy, the first Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt. That's how we started getting middle class.
The second one, Eisenhower. I guess you're talking about the programs he created.
Yeah, he started. He got the ball rolling into creating a solid middle class, and then came Dwight Eisenhower.
Eisenhower did it with them damn creating the highways.
And Johnson.
He raised taxes was never so high during Eisenhower's reign. Nobody complained because we built highways, and then think of all the jobs that trickled down because you had people building all these highways. That's what created the middle class, like on the level where it acted as a deterrence. It's not too many elite. It's a big ass middle of the middle class, and not too many poor.
Yeah, it was a
bad period. We get that part.
We started going away from that. We started pulling away from the middle class when your boy Nixon came into office. Then Reagan just took it to a totally different fucking level. Reagan, he came with that trickle-down economic bullshit.
Just a straight liar.
And brought in the crack epidemic and shit. Mm-hmm. So, that's Republicans. That's good old Republicans for you. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were so busy trying to down Hillary. Like Hillary was worse compared to Trump. I mean, it's
shit in me. Shit in me. Hillary could never been. Trump. I ain't been alive, but 42 some years on this good planet. Mm-hmm. And Trump, for what I've got to see for presidents, has absolutely been the absolute worst president I think I've ever seen on planet Earth. That motherfucker was literally Hitler reincarnated. He literally had Hitler's speeches.
Hillary was the first politician I should put something on my mailbox in front of my house. And I was nervous because I see all these people that got the Trump bumpers on their cars and all that. But whenever you see Democrats put shit on theirs, it get attacked, or something get keyed or something. And who want to deal with that? I don't fuck with nobody who got the Trump shit. But I was like, I knew she was gonna make it. I'm telling you, I felt like the girl would have been better. Now, what do I look at? Politicians are all of them. You cannot be a politician without being a good liar. I don't give a fuck who is, who you like. They all liars. It comes with the job.
You got to be narcissistic too. I mean, you really do. You have to have some form of narcissism. But I mean, Trump though, that motherfucker terrified me. He did exactly what I thought he was gonna do. Everything about that man was terrifying. That cool. Hold on, Nevaeh, put your fucking pajamas on. Everything about that fucking coup, yo. You know how close we came to being under a fucking dictatorship, yo. That shit terrifies the fuck out of me. I've never lived on a dictatorship, and I don't want to start in my goddamn 40s. And that shit is terrifying.
I don't want to live under a fascist regime, an idiotic regime. People don't understand how global we are and our super status in the world. And I'm going to tell you, as an American, like you said, you've been here 42 years. I've been here 50. Look, you like what you had. You don't want to see it go. I lived overseas. She lived overseas. Oh, we got it good. Little do we know, you ain't gonna want to see it go. And with Trump, you was gonna see it go. Everything you hold dear, what you think, your normal routine, all that shit was gone. So, y'all know elections gonna be coming up. Don't be surprised if y'all hear me come on every day and say vote, vote, vote. Because it's why it's so serious to me? Because somebody died so you can vote.
Yo, the voting wasn't important. The Republicans wouldn't be going so hard with the gerrymandering, trying to suppress the black vote. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't be going so hard to, to make sure we don't get out our fucking votes. And, whether you like some of the people or not, That's the point of voting. If you don't gotta like a motherfucker, then vote their ass the fuck up out of there. It's too easy. But people always vote against their best interest. People always vote against their best interest. They always think about, oh, money. Motherfucker, you ain't never had that kind of money. That's already established money, yo.
Mhm.
Very few people get to be at these elite levels. And I don't understand. Everybody think they're gonna win. That's like everybody thinking they're gonna win the fucking lottery.
Yeah,
Vote-
they think they can sit down and break bread with Trump. He don't give a fuck about you.
Right. Vote with your pockets. Vote with the pockets that you actually have right now. Not what pockets you think you're finna have. Vote with the pockets you actually do have.
Live in
And
reality.
that's right. And yeah, vote in reality and not in fucking, goddamn la la land. But you know what? People always vote against their best interest. And you too, Miss T, talking about some you ain't want to vote for damn Bernie Sanders. Goddamn Jim Crow Joe showing you exactly what he about. Jim Crow.
Look, Joe, all right with me. Because let me tell you, I have not been following politics. I'm not even up on the know, but I know I can pop into it real easy. And this June would be a year. I needed a break. Now that I think about it, from Trump 4 years.
Man, that shit was the worst 4 years of my entire life, y'all.
Entire life.
That shit was fucking terrible.
Anybody who gets us in that position, because I always say this, and I know some people get mad. I actually don't vote for my interest that much because it don't matter which way anybody vote or who win. I'm going to win because I'm retired and my pay goes up every year and I get the double whammy and I'm 100%. I don't matter. I haven't worked since 2012, but y'all should see how I live. I live pretty good.
See?
Somebody who don't work. And it's all legit. I put my 20 years in. So
had he won that fucking coup, though, I don't know what would have happened then. Had he won that fucking coup, y'all.
Yeah,
that would have been living like fucking North Korea.
But it doesn't do him no good. It does no president no good to shit on the military because war is money, and every president to get in there is going to be about that war because it brings money. Just face it, it makes money, and they all about that shit. So that's why they will always put us first and everything. So
girl, he would have had a fucking army just like the fucking North Korea has. All them damn fucking people that supported that damn orange Hitler. Yo, he would have the same thing that would have been loyal to him. People willing to get out there and do that goofy shit. Yo, we would have been living like North Korea for real. I don't know what people would have thought. We would have been living just like them damn North Koreans. And black people would have got it the fucking worst because Trump don't fucking like us. His daddy was a KKK member, so I don't understand why black folks was thinking he was good for us.
I don't see how nobody can look at it that way. They so caught in their feelings. And then in the end of the day, this is another thing. Even when I get Social Security age, it might not be there for me, but guess what? I'm doing fine without it right now.
Right. But the inflation keep going up.
I'm not trying to be facetious, but I have to put it like this sometimes when I talk to people. Can you say the same? Some people are a bill away from being homeless. Not the kid, not me. I don't have no cap on medical. And I'm not saying it again to be facetious or throw it in somebody's face. That's why I say when I vote for the common man. I know that the middle class, we can't have destitute people in this world because destitute people will do crazy shit because they desperate.
Republicans are doing a very good job making it a two-class society because the middle class is shrinking and steadily shrinking.
And
now, to be even considered a solid middle class, you're looking at making about a good, anywhere from $75K to $100K a year, depending on where you at. That's to be considered a solid middle class.
Y'all don't want that world. Everything y'all hold dear, you might as well put it up. Ain't nobody gonna let you keep it. You don't want that world. I can only say so much, but you will hear me when it get close time to which column.
Girl, but they gonna vote against their own best interest. You best believe you can say vote all you want, so everybody gonna vote against it. Everybody gonna be voting with their wish pockets instead of what they got pockets.
If they vote, whatever you vote, that's the most I can ask. And guess what? I'm gonna still love you tomorrow. How about that?
No, I mean, I'm gonna be very disappointed in you.
Destiny said, not her, not the kid. But,
I mean gonna love you. I mean, it's gonna be very upset with you. No, I'm fucking with you.
I'm gonna still love you. But Destiny, stick around. I gotta get to I meant to start at 1:30. An hour and 30 minutes into it. But every day, y'all know I do a Black History thing. And I try not to pick things, the known things that we know. I try to pick the things that you might not have known. And we had some good little nuggets I dropped throughout this week or whenever the first started. So it's my time to do the Black History. Destiny, you're welcome to stick around and listen to me try to put my, what's that dude name? William Gates or Bill Gates? Try to do my Bill Gates and shit. Watch how we try to sound all seductive.
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead, sis. Drop some jewels.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get my I thought I put it up there. Let's see. I got a lot of windows up. So hold up. And while I'm talking about this guy, I'm actually gonna play his music. I hope y'all don't mind. Yes, it's time for our Black History moment. And today we're going to talk about Scott Joplin. If the music is too loud, Destiny, let me know.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Scott Joplin was a musician and composer. He is considered the king of ragtime writers. Ragtime music played in rag or off the beat time. This varied rhythm developed from African-American work songs, gospel tunes, and dance. Joplin wrote 44 original piano pieces or rags, 2 operas, and 1 ragtime ballet. He also co-wrote 7 rags with other composers. His early years. Scott Joplin was born around 1868 in northeastern Texas. He was the second of 6 children born to Giles and Florence Joplin. His family lived for a while on the farm of William Caves, but moved to Texarkana, Texas in 1870. His father worked as a laborer, and his mother was a house cleaner and laundress. Joplin learned to play piano at an early age on the piano of his mother's employer. He also took lessons from a German-born music teacher named Julius Weiss. Joplin's parents were both very musical. His father played the violin, and his mother sang and played the banjo. Excuse me for a second. I don't know what happened to the music. Can y'all hear the music? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there's something. Back on track. In 1893, Joplin traveled to Chicago at the time of the World's Fair. He led and played the cornet in a band that played outside the fairgrounds. There he met musicians Otis Saunders, who encouraged him to write down and publish the songs he had been making up as he entertained his audience. His music training in Sedalia. Because Scott Joplin moved to Sedalia, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, in Sedalia, Missouri, a busy railroad town in Missouri, in 1894. Here, Joplin joined the Queen City Cornet Band and performed in local clubs. Using Sedalia as a home base, he continued to travel around the country with various musical groups. In 1896, he enrolled at the George R. Smith College to study music seriously and to develop the skill of transferring musical sounds into notes recorded on the page that other musicians could then play. Joplin quickly learned how to write down the vibrant melodies and complex rhythms he and his fellow musicians have been developing. He then published several original compositions and also started co-writing songs with Sedalia musician Arthur Marshall and Scott Hayden. Scott Joplin soon became a popular and respected musician in Sedalia. In 1899, a local music store owner and music publisher named John Stark printed Joplin's song, Maple Leaf Rag. That song that y'all heard when I started, that's Maple Leaf Rag. And you probably heard it or a different version of it because it's been sampled so many times. Immediately it was popular. This song featured a pleasing melody and a catchy beat. It became a classic model of ragtime music and thrust Joplin into the national spotlight. Eventually, this rag and many others earned Joplin the little title King of the Ragtime Writers. High hopes in St. Louis. Trying to build on the success of Maple Leaf Rag, Scott Joplin and his bride, Belle Jones, moved to St. Louis in 1901. John Stark had already moved there, and Hayden and Marshall came too. Joplin and his friends hoped to become successful performers and composers in this urban center. With their presence, St. Louis became a focal point for this special kind of music. Joplin devoted most of his time and energy to composing new pieces and teaching music lessons. He wrote and published many new works, including an opera and a ballet, while living in St. Louis. His ragtime compositions gained the attention of classically trained musicians and critics. Alfred Ernst, conductor of the St. Louis Choral Symphony Society, described Joplin as an extraordinary genius. Monroe Rosenfield, a respected music critic for the St. Louis Globe-Democrat, praised Joplin's work highly. Despite this respect and his popularity, Joplin was like many other African-American musicians of that time period. He was praised, but not fully included in white society. He performed places where other members of his race had limited access. Though Joplin popular rags were published, he had trouble raising money to produce the works that he cared most deeply about. His longer and more complicated compositions. Scott Joplin's private life also became trouble. He suffered the loss of an infant child. His first marriage ended, and his second wife, Freddie Alexander, died shortly after they were married in 1904. By late 1907, Joplin has left St. Louis and moved to New York City. He hoped that this city will offer him new opportunities and a solid financial backing he needed to continue his work. New York City offered Scott Joplin new experiences. Here he performed in vaudeville shows and wrote new songs. John Stark also moved to the city and set up his publishing business in the district called Tin Pan Alley. Joplin maintained his relationship with Stark, but also branched out with other publishers. He married again, this time to Lottie Stokes, who supported his work and efforts. Joplin still worked very hard for very little pay. He toiled for years on a major piece, a second opera titled Treemonisha. Between 1911 and 1915, he put on a series of unstaged run-throughs and partial performances of Treemonisha, but the opera failed to gain financial backing for a full production. By this time, Joplin was suffering from a disease that made it difficult for him to compose and perform as he always had. The disease that he had was syphilis, something he might have contracted 20 years earlier. But during that time, there was no cure. So he was in for the long haul. Sick, discouraged, and poor, Scott Joplin died on April 1st, 1917. He is buried in St. Michael Cemetery in New York City. So basically, Joplin, and I think I have a picture of him. I meant to put up a picture, you guys. Hold on. Let me see. I did not put the picture up. But Scott Joplin, I'm going to show you what he looked like. That's what he looked like. I don't know if you guys can see that picture, but that's what he looked like. Handsome guy.
Awesome.
And the music is astounding because classical music or composed music is what I call original music. And why do I say that? It's because we listen to music that has 3 to 5 minutes of length, and real or original music to me is much longer and done on a bigger scale. And y'all might know this, and I know y'all like Scott Joplin. Okay, I don't like. Some of you might say I don't like classical music, but you know this one. If I can get it started. Hold on. Let me see. You know this one. You know,
Yeah.
all my life I thought a white person wrote that. All my life.
Yeah, it's in
Y'all
that
heard
album.
this, right?
Yeah.
That song was redid for a movie in 1970, some 50-something years after his death, called The Sting. And that white guy, none against the white guy, who redid all that stuff, he won an Oscar. Dude was a struggling artist, and he didn't get his notoriety until after his death. To understand his legacy or his mark on history, you have to understand things like the Harlem Renaissance. You have to understand periods of time like the Baroque period, the Elizabethan period, the Enlightenment period, which this whole country exists off of that period, the Enlightenment period. You have to understand that music is a universal language. Math is music and music is math. You have to understand these things. And you have to understand what composing and the difference between composed music, classical music, and secular music. And I know we hear secular music to be the music we like, but gospel music is not secular. But compared to Joplin, gospel music is secular. This dude did something. This shit is hard to do, by the way. Sorry for cursing. Very hard to imitate. He wound up dying in a psychiatric hospital due to his syphilis. What else? His music gained acclaim so many years later, and it's heard the world over. You know what I'm saying? When you think about commercials, when you think about plays on Broadway, when you think about minstrel shows, this is the precursor to jazz. When you think about the movies that had no sound, but maybe when they did get the sound and they could play an instrument, it was usually music like this, set to a storyline or something. This dude, he wound up getting the Pulitzer Prize in 1976 posthumously. He is a composer, and just for the record, I was gonna do Beethoven, but I like this music.
I was just gonna mention Beethoven to you.
You like Beethoven?
No,
Beethoven?
I don't like none of this music.
You don't like any of it?
Nah, not for me.
I feel you, Queen. It's very intricate. I hear the math when I listen to this music. And I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I hear it. I like classical music. And they say if you play classical music to children when they're in the womb, they grow up to be very intellectually sound.
And that's been debunked.
Yeah. And Beethoven, by the way, y'all, was a black man.
Yeah, he was so-called mulatto.
Like I said, this guy invented this music, much like hip hop was invented and went on to whatever. This music is worth millions. It has been copied and sampled all over the world, and that's an American hero. He came from here. He's black. He should be commended, and we're proud of him.
We are. That song always, attributed to goddamn cartoons.
That too. It's like it's a minstrel. It's always, if you look at old cartoons and minstrels shows, you know how many people made money off this man? And he
clearly
about 50 years old or close to it.
I'm glad. You know what? That's kind of dope that you showed me that, especially that song. That one especially. Now, some of the other ones I never heard of, but that one I know because it was always in cartoons.
Yeah, I can think of so many cartoons or things that I looked at, and I'd be like, wow, he was a man before his time who left a profound legacy for generations to come, and we should all salute him for Black History Month. He was a composer, and that's supposed to be the most intricate music you can do, is classical type music. And this man is self-taught as well,
which is even more amazing.
So that was my little nugget on Black history, and I found it interesting because I actually like classical music. It's very soothing. Like I said, when I listen to it, I can hear the math. Whenever scientists send out probes to go beyond the galaxy, because we're trying to talk to sentient beings being, humans or other type of beings, they send music or they send math. And that is the universal language, because I don't care where you go on this earth, Math is math, right?
Yeah, math is universal.
It's
You're not gonna
it's
change that up.
a universal language. So
Mhm.
that man's music was so intricate and so difficult to play, and he influenced a lot of people. And how Picasso went to Africa and saw that African beautifulness all over the place. He come back, imitated. He become world renowned, rich, and all that for doing African art that been there for centuries. But because
Yeah.
he did it, he became rich. So do composers like this. One of my favorite one of my favorite artists in the world is Elton John. I love Elton John. The motherfucker is gifted. But he did a song called Honky Tonk. And I swear it's a part of the song where he's trying to play this. And I was just sitting there and all like he actually kept up a little bit. But nobody can do Joplin justice. It's just a real difficult piece to play. And he was innovative like hip hop artist. He was also innovative like James Brown because James Brown was like, drop it on the one. And so
Yeah.
that's why I
James
don't talk
Brown
about
was very innovative. Yeah, James Brown was very innovative. You bring him up, he's very much, slept on.
Right. He's very innovative, a musical genius. Yesterday, Destiny, I was talking about Maria Brown. She had a whole lot of names, but I'm just said the first and last. Maria Brown and her husband invented the closed circuit TV, which what we know of today, and basically the security system where you have the camera and remote locks, and you can see people at your front door, kind of like when people got ring cameras and security cameras in businesses. In 2024, that's going to be worth $3.5 billion security system. All these government agencies using all this security thing, and a black woman and her husband invented it because they was worried about the neighborhood they live in. I said, look at our people, man. They do shit out of necessity. And
I
my
saw
next
that, but I
question,
don't think I knew her by Maria Brown. But I saw that they was talking about that black lady who invented that, and but I don't think that was the name I knew her by. So okay, that's another
Van
name I can know
Britten,
about.
she have a lot of names. I mean, it's right. Let me see. And she has a lot of names, but it was called Maria Van Britten, something like that. Brown. Hold on, I got it right here. Maria Van Britten Brown. That's her name.
Oh, okay.
Actually, this is her right here.
Oh, okay. She kind of like Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was a nurse. Her husband was an electrician. She got the patent in 1966. Well, she filed for it in 66, got the patent in 69. That's a $3.5 billion business security system. Just how she set it up. Like how my house, I got security cameras. I got security at the door, on the side, in the house. Guess what? That was all her invention. She made it so, this idea of pressing a button, setting an alarm off, pressing a button, going straight to the police, that was all her. And so every time somebody improve upon a security system, you got to pay her. You got to pay her or her descendants. Her daughter is a nurse and an inventor as well. But I was happy to report that she was worth $14 million when she died.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good. She should have been worth more.
I don't think he was worth that much when he died.
I'm sure he wasn't. I'm sure he probably was next to penniless.
Yeah. A lot of these inventors, a lot of people did, black people did inventions out of necessity. And since I'm like a gadget person, I love finding out who invented who. Because when I was young, it was always conveyed to me that, or maybe it wasn't told, but some kind of way the message was given to me that white people invented everything and we didn't invent shit.
That's the only thing we attributed. You go by what white folks say is fucking slavery.
Yeah, negative stuff. And I was like, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. Then you start hearing about Charles Drew. I talked about him earlier. Or I didn't talk about Garrett Morgan because I think most people know that he did the traffic light.
Yeah.
And Charles Drew, the reason why you got mobile blood banks and blood stored up in hospitals now, everybody around this world do it. But they would have never got to that. That dude didn't find out how to separate that shit and freeze it.
Just like I can't think of the man who created gas masks. The black man did that too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I can't think of his name though. Just like the light bulb, it was not no goddamn Thomas Edison,
Mm-hmm.
the black man.
And Thomas Edison tried to steal. I was talking about somebody. I
Camera,
want to say
the video camera, the
Indian.
camera. He stole that one too.
Yeah, he
He did not
tried to
invent
take
that. Some French
somebody to
man did
court
that.
that I talked about earlier. I think it's the dude who was the engineer, but the dude kept such meticulous notes that when they went to court, Thomas Edison lost twice, and then after the second time he lost in court, he offered the dude a job, and the dude, of course, turned it down. And I put my stank on and say, dude looked at Thomas Edison and said, "How mighty white are you?"
Right, he's very much, and he did the same thing with the camera. It was a French dude that actually invented the camera, and he stole that one too. I'm talking about like what we know is like I guess filming or whatever kind of thingy. It was a Frenchman that did that, but Thomas Edison ended up getting a pattern for it. But this man had it like 4 or 5, 6 years before Thomas Edison introduced it.
Yeah,
but
and
he was very much a thief.
the man who designed DC was not a French dude, not a
He
white
was
guy,
a black person.
a black guy.
Yeah, same like
But
the slaves built fucking DC, and
pretty
they built
much,
the White
and
House
the White
too.
House. Yeah, so when I didn't want to talk about the norm, the people we do know, Frederick Douglass, not to diminish any of them, but
George Washington Carver.
Yeah, but we hear about those. Let's talk about the people we didn't know. I didn't know that a black man invented a device that constantly spit oil to the engine. We wouldn't even be having cars now, because back then when they made the locomotive, which was the top engine before a car, when the grease and the oil ran out, shit, engine locked up.
Yeah.
Or the black guy invented a way to send voice over wires. So tell me again, who did the telephone?
Yeah, it wasn't Alexander Graham Bell. He was too coked up anyway. He was a heroin addict, I believe, and a cokehead. A lot of things that they attribute to the others that we actually invented, like prosthetic legs, actually came from ancient Egypt. High heels did too. Wigs, makeup, all that. Yeah, prosthetic. I don't know a lot of people knew that, but that came from ancient Egypt. That wasn't something that was recently created. That's old as shit. Shout out to the ancient Egyptians.
Even how to inoculate yourself. We getting different in how we inoculate. I don't want to look at people like, don't talk about the vaccine. Now I'm not talking about the vaccine because we're taking medically a shift in how they come up with vaccines now. But for a long time, people would catch some and they was just dying. And a slave taught whoever, so white guy, doctor or whatever, how to properly inoculate people so that you can live through it, like the live virus or the dead virus or whatever. And this person said, well, how you know that? And they say, we do it in Africa. We've always done it in Africa.
Yeah, see? There you have it. In birth control, that's nothing new neither. I mean, they did it a little different in ancient Egypt and stuff like that. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was a lemon peel they used. But I could be mistaken. But not the pills and stuff that we take now. That's very harmful to a woman's body. But
I tell you, she trying to told y'all, yeah, them hormones things or whatever. But if you're gonna do it, don't stay on it for life.
Yeah, because it literally.
And yeah,
that's why they've been trying to get rid of it, the birth control, especially because white women are not reproducing because it's them birth control pills and fucking up their reproduction system.
And them pads, they make them out of trash. That's why you have coochie problems these days, all women, because we've been using pads made from trash. And they got pads out there now that are made, from scratch, from cotton. It's not, but yeah, you don't want to put that shit on next to your skin, because one thing about the skin, it might not look like it, but when you put shit on the skin, shit seeps through.
It sure
might not
does.
think it do, but it does. And if it seeps through, that means it's in your system.
And tampons is even worse for you than the goddamn pad.
Toxic shock and all that crap.
And
everybody want me to keep mentioning about this guy recently who have invented a TV that you don't have to plug up and cable and stuff can run through it. And he created that out of necessity because where he's from, a lot of people don't have electricity. And I will mention that a black guy in Africa, they're hiding this man because his life is in danger, because you know how much money he's going to get. Because sometimes you can invent some shit and you think, oh, it's for the good, but some wicked motherfucker out there is going to
They don't
turn
like it.
event into bad.
Yeah, because they can't make money off of it. They
It's
can't
always
charge all kind of crazy, outlandish prices.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
you're
haven't,
absolutely right.
I haven't seen that lady who came out on a show, one of them talk shows, about 2 or 3 years ago. She invented a way to target cancer cells.
I saw that. I saw
You
that.
saw that black lady?
Yeah.
Where's
I
she
saw
at?
that. I ain't seen her in a month of Sundays yet. Yeah, they only talk. You know what? It was not even like news the way it should have been. It was very briefly talked about.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
saw that.
that's amazing, because that's the problem. Why people is hit or miss when you go to cancer treatments, because when you curing your cancer, it works. There are methods, but you also killing your good cells.
And it's a lot of times that cancer it comes back. You only have like it
Mhm,
usually only prolongs your life, maybe by 8 to 10 years
mhm.
for the most part. Give or take. But usually it
Yeah.
comes back for most folks. It's not a
For most people, yeah. I'm cancer free 25 years. Thank God.
congratulations,
Yeah.
congratulations. Yeah,
I was
thankfully. You're
going
like one of the
through.
rare ones. You know that, right? Because
Mhm.
usually it comes back. Usually when it comes back worse.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
for people who don't know, I always talk about this because I had to learn a lot of stuff from being sick. Cancer cells is not like, we know we don't catch it, but
Yeah.
cancer cells is simply a defective cell. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
And because when it goes to the cell cycle, as the cell cycle goes all the time and reproduce, if the cell is defective and it get to the part, I want to say the S3 part of the cell cycle, which to be more exact, the P56 or P46 oncogene, one of those numbers. And that oncogene's sole job is to kill off defective cells. But sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it might be on the break. That's all. And that cell make it past that's checking point, and then they get to either the phase 6 or phase 7, whatever. When they reproduce and split in two, it's going to reproduce as another defective cell, and then it
Yeah.
just keep doing that and keep doing it. And that's how, when cancer get to be a certain percentage, then they'll tell you sick. But everybody by the age of 16 is walking around with cancer cells in their bodies, whether they knew it or not.
Especially, what is that? The one that's very popular, the HPV virus.
Yes.
It's a big
Oh,
cause of cancer cells
you
amongst
got you got 12 daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
They
and
have the vaccine.
I thought your daughter's a little girl.
No, they don't have the vaccine, but I know you're talking about the vaccine that they have for the HPV virus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your girls are young, right? Like 7?
they're 14.
Or
Uh,
you got little ladies.
yeah, but one of them, they're both special needs, but one of them was a lot more. I don't see her needing that anytime ever. Hopefully. But
Okay.
the other one, she seems to be a little hot in the pants, so she definitely gonna need it. But
Them
yeah,
damn
they do
girls.
have the vaccine, but it's only it's only good for a certain amount of different strands of HPV. 'Cause
Well,
that virus is definitely mutated.
they say you should get it before you ever sexually active. I got it for my daughter because when I thought about when it was her time to do it, the women that
Hmm.
came before her was probably like 27 or 28. And I looked and looked and looked and researched, and none of them had problems. They went on to have normal lives and seemed like they smart and had all the kids they wanted to have. And I was like, well, okay, you next on that. Let's go on and
Right.
get these shots. I gave it to her, and I thank God I did. Because that
You
shit was,
were at the age where you're supposed to be I think you're supposed to be getting a shingle vaccine. Did you have chickenpox as a kid?
I did.
Yeah, you're at the age I think at 50s when you can get the shingle vaccine. If
Yeah, a
you
lot
have
of people.
chickenpox, you should go because 1 out of 3 people who had chickenpox will develop shingles.
I
And
wonder will they take me. I'm gonna ask my doctor in my next visit. You know why? Because
Mhm.
I have severe eczema. I already have a skin disorder. And I'll be
Oh,
like,
good.
God, you ain't gonna punish me more. Because like I said, there's time like you'll see a discoloration. I don't know if you could tell. See my hands?
Mm-mm.
You don't see the discoloration in my fingers?
I can't hold on.
Okay. Like this hand right
No,
here.
not really.
By my pinky and all that.
I can
compared
see.
to the
Yeah, I
other
can see
one.
it a little bit. Yeah.
It'd be worse than that, or like my arms.
What are
Girl.
you taking for it? Did they have you on any of the shots?
I used to take Dupixent, which is a new shot that came out in 2013. And
Yeah,
because of the
that's a very
pandemic,
expensive one.
it works. Listen, it helped me with the allergies too. They didn't know that it was gonna do that much for asthma. They had no clue. But eczema and asthma go hand in hand. And, you know, I would think psoriasis and asthma too. People who got eczema got asthma, even if they didn't never have an attack
A
or something, they
diagnosis.
have it. So
Yeah.
when they gave me the shot, I stopped having asthma attacks and my eczema went away. And not completely, I'll never be complete of it, but it was so dormant to know. I don't even know how I feel, you guys, but for that brief moment I was on the shot. I don't know how I feel to walk around with clear skin from head to toe. I don't even know how that feels. That's
See,
why
and
I
that's the
don't wear
thing.
makeup. I could never wear makeup. And when I y'all see me put this lipstick on, I be going ham because I never could wear lipstick before.
Really?
Yeah, I got to be like in my late 40s and I can wear lipstick because they finally started making stuff with people like me in mind. It's so wonder that my face is clear. This is why I'm always talking about how much water I drink. You know?
Okay. Yeah, Dupixent, I think when that first came out when I was at the pharmacy, I believe it was like $1,700 a shot
Yeah,
or something outlandish. It's very, very expensive.
I
I'm
think
surprised they didn't have you on Humira or nothing like that. It's usually Humira or and what's the other one? It's something with an E. I can't think of the name of it, but it's between you used to be usually between those two.
that shot, my shot costs 6,000 a piece, and I get it twice a month. But it attacks your proteins and your immune system. See, I have
all of it suppresses your immune system, even the Humira and
just a little bit.
What the fuck was it called? Intrepid? No, not Intrepid. I forgot what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah.
But see, no, we paid military. We only paid $1,700 for it. We never paid full price because I know Humira, I think on the outside it's like 24 or 3,000, something like that. The military never paid full price.
Oh,
the government gets out of discounted.
I don't even know. It don't, I don't pay shit. So
yeah, I mean that's all that matters because
and they won't mail it to me because everybody else in the civilian world, if you get on this medicine, and Medicaid does provide you to have this medicine, by the way. So if you got little kids that got it bad, it don't do nothing to you. It takes 2 proteins out your immune system and just suppress them because those are proteins that tell your immune system go fight shit that's not there. And when you get there and there's nothing to fight, you always, because energy is never wasted or stored. So it's going to leave a byproduct, and the byproduct is the rash. And you kids who have it, oh my God, it's hell. It's hell. And when you got it severely, you can't have
even worse.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, because it's autoimmune, like psoriasis, all that's autoimmune. It affects all the autoimmune. And that sucks because it does have to suppress your immune system. So you're more susceptible to colds and other things. Do you do alkaline water?
I drink spring water.
Spring water? You try alkaline water. I think you'll like that one too.
I mean, spring is like neutral. The thing about having an overactive immune system, let me tell you, I do the wellness show on Sunday Destiny, and I talk about all these illnesses that people probably be like, damn, girl, you need to be in the bubble. That's what they used to say when I was young. But here's the thing, I don't ever catch nothing most of the time. Like I can count on one hand in my entire life of catching something. But I have there's illnesses that come with having autoimmune disorders, and that's what I get. Like sinus infection feels like colds. I've had what they call it, allergy pink eye, which is you can't catch it, but I get it. Like I got it. And I was like, what the fuck this is? Because I never catch pink eye. I only had pink eye once, and it was an allergy pink eye. And I was like, what's the difference? And it was like, this one ain't contagious. The one
I don't think I've ever had pink eye.
I've worked with people, came behind people. My immune system is is akin to some, you met people that have a high metabolism. They
Mm-hmm.
eat whatever the fuck they want and never gain weight. I have
Yes.
an immune system that will beat the fuck out of everything. But the bad part about it is it thinks everything is invading me, so it goes on a war.
Yeah.
That part of it is what fucks me up.
And then it's kind of like, then you have to take this medicine that suppresses your immune system.
Mhm.
And
Or
it's kind of
steroid.
bananas. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could do a
Mhm.
steroid, but steroids causes you to gain weight and all kind of other stuff.
Exactly. And
It
I don't
affects your
have a
mood.
thyroid gland.
Yeah. It also affects your mood, too.
Yeah.
Steroids are horrible for you. Yeah.
But that's why I be on this wellness tip. Everything that I learned, I sometimes be like, don't be preachy. But I think I'm supposed to tell my story. I know a lot of people don't know this. And as a Black woman, I didn't know I had autoimmune disorders till I was almost 40. Imagine that.
Yeah, because
I
doctors
had
don't
it
give a
all
fuck about
along.
you. Because doctors don't care about us.
They don't tell you everything.
They don't care about Black women. We get treated the worst when we go to the hospitals.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
And they
really
always
do.
want to take.
Yes, we really
Mhm.
do get treated the absolute worst when we go to the hospital. And like you said, a lot of times you're not gonna know like what you got going on because they're not gonna tell you nothing. They're not gonna check for that shit. They don't care. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
They don't say nothing, and I just had to learn how to fix myself. And then when you in the military, or even when you retire, they try to carry you. Like once you retired, I have more of an attitude because when I was active duty, I held my tongue. So
Right.
sometimes you go in and they be like trying to do all these things because you're a guinea pig. You're good for the resident people. The doctors who come on base to get their resident. You good
Right.
for practice, and I'd be like, motherfucker, no, I'm not practice. Give me the best doctor in this bitch. I cursed that ass out and everything, checked myself out of hospitals. I thought they was trying to kill me. One day I was kind of delusional, I think, because they pumped me with so much medicine. I ain't sleep in 6 days. I was supposed to be there for a couple of days. And they tried to keep me and just kept pumping me up with this and trying to. Why? I didn't know. So my neighbor came to visit me and I looked at her and I said, get me out of here. She was so scared. I said, girl, if you have any love, get me out of here. I could barely walk. I couldn't barely limping. And I made it. I mean, I was butt ass naked when she came and got me. I ain't care none. Titties out, everything. I don't care. I just threw something on. And I barely made it to her car. And then she helped me get upstairs. And I thought I was gonna die. This was a couple of years ago. And I nursed myself back to health. And then I could walk. I can get to my car. I can,
Yeah.
But they had pumped me with unnecessary medicine. And the dude got mad because I was checking out. And he was like, well, you need your medicine. Do you want your medicine? I said, yeah, I would like my medicine, like my typical medicine. And then he said, well, I don't think we're gonna give it to you. And I wanted to say, fuck you, bitch, but I ain't had no energy
to argue. You just want to get the hell up out of there.
Yeah. But I
they don't
seen
need
it
to
when
be
I came back.
Yeah, they don't need to be pumping you with all these different medicines. And a lot of times those medications, they have, adverse reactions because they're interacting with each other that you shouldn't be having. A lot of times these doctors don't give a fuck, girl. I've seen all kind of crazy stuff at the pharmacy. Shit they would prescribe that made 0 sense. Yeah.
Terrell, I'm sorry to hear that. He said, yeah, that's why my wife miscarried because they didn't give a shit. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that too.
They do. It's almost like you got to become a nurse yourself. You can't let a doctor talk to you in layman's terms because, when they start, you'll know because they'll be like, yeah, I need to get in there because it's about the size of a lemon. And what I want to do is, they be trying to talk to you like a kid. Get up, walk away.
Always get a second opinion. Always go get a second. And you need to go get a third opinion. Get as many opinions as you can.
And
you got to be so very comfortable with your doctor.
That's going to talk to you like an adult. And if they don't know a big word, you can take a little dictionary. Wait a minute, doc, can you explain to me what that word means? They'll stop. But if you get a doctor that try to talk to you like you Bobo the food, get up and walk away.
First of all, you start using words, damn well I'm not going to know. I'm just going to stop you right there. No, do not talk to me in all these doctor terms that, damn well I'm not going to know. Tell me like what it is.
Mhm.
I don't want to hear no 17 words, 17 letter words. I don't know what that is. Tell
If
me
they
what it is.
if they tell you your condition, go and research it.
Right.
Backwards, forwards, upwards, down, everything. So when you come back and they tell you the course of action, you would have known the who, what, when, where, and how about your condition. And then you can make a better informed decision. But a lot of us, we go there, and especially if you're Black, they're trying to make that decision right then. You can go,
Mm-hmm.
like she said, second opinion, sometimes third. You can do that.
So please, you got to be your own health advocate, especially if you're Black, especially if you're a Black woman. On top of that, yeah, you definitely need. And they give you a condition. Don't just take that condition for work. Now go and don't. When you go to the second doctor, don't even tell them that's what you've been diagnosed with. See what they come up with. 'Cause a lot of times, people be way off the goddamn, especially when dealing with military doctors, y'all. Them motherfuckers there, boy.
Yeah,
They will
everything
send you
is
off.
I gotta take it. I gotta take it.
Okay,
I'm
but let
for
me go, girl, because this
organs gone. Ooh. But I'm glad that you came, Destiny. I'm glad that you came. And thank y'all for coming into the show. And every
glad
day,
I
as
came
I said, I'm gonna try to do a little Black history, little nugget, just something. This was a long one. I know Destiny said that ain't for me, but I'm glad you listened to it, Queen.
No, but I mean that one song though, I definitely knew that. Like I said, I mostly heard it from cartoons. You know what you should do? The next one you should do it on Aesop. Aesop.
Aesop?
Yeah. You
Who is
learn
that?
about Aesop. Aesop Fables.
Oh, oh, Aesop Fables.
Mm-hmm.
I got that now. That would be the pilot. I got a suggestion for a pilot. You saying Aesop Fables, and Birdman said Arthur Ashe. I think about it, y'all. I think about it.
I don't know about no Arthur Ashe now. We all know who the hell he was.
I grew up he come from where I come from, so I know Arthur Ashe backwards forwards.
I mean, he was okay, I guess. He just played a little tennis. I don't know why we know about that one, but okay. I mean, Arthur Ashe was cool, dude. Sad what happened to him.
And during the time when Blacks won't get in there just due, he was an athlete, probably getting shafted, like Blacks still getting shafted as athletes. But anywho, I know you got to go. And thank y'all for coming in. This was a great show. I actually had a wonderful time. And for real, Destiny, check out the Bellator.
I hear you, sis, but I just do not like watching wrestling. And a lot of times MMA, that's what it ends up on. They end up doing like wrestling moves on the ground. That shit does not excite does not
Don't
tickle my
mind
fancy.
DJ, because DJ love it, and DJ, he's a great advocate for that sport. So
Yeah, but that's because he likes
mind.
football too. And MMA is a lot like football, a lot of tackling and horse playing and wrestling and shit going on. So I understood that's probably why he's into it.
Do you be on Southern T when they doing the betting shit? Or you ain't dangerous scene?
Nah, because I don't even know how to bet. I be listening to him, but I be scared to lose some damn money. I be mad as fuck.
I be lost like a motherfucker. I be listening to. Shout out to Southern T. Y'all go and subscribe to Destiny Show, Southern T, that's featuring Destiny Black.
Yeah,
That's
Southern
how
T
y'all
boxing
get to
and
that
sports.
show. And go
Be honest,
subscribe.
he be winning mad money on that shit though. I just love how he operates, but girl, I be scared.
I don't think I won't bet unless I'm at the casinos, because when you be betting dues, they don't pay you.
Girl, even at the casinos, I pay like $1 just so they can keep the alcohol coming. But other than that, I ain't finna bet. I do not bet. Yeah, I'm with you though. I don't be with the betting.
Go subscribe to my boy, the Mac Mob. Please go subscribe to him. His premiere starts tomorrow. Destiny, you will like his show too. And E Thriller, the Black Picasso, you will like that show too. So y'all go subscribe to my homeboys.
Mac Mob, how does he spell his name?
Huh?
How does Mac Mob spell his name?
THE space MACK space MOBB.
Okay, so it's the Mac Mob, so it's just not Mac Mob.
The Mac Mob.
And okay, so he does spell it just where I thought it would be.
E Thriller is E, the number 3, ILLA, and behind it is the Black Picasso. Now he from Texas too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he somewhere close, not far from where you are. But he's fun. I love these guys. I think Destiny, you're gonna like them.
See a big EJ stan?
Huh?
You see an EJ stand too, like the rest
Oh
of these cats.
hell, girl, you need to go over there in your spare time and look at some of the shit that he dropped. He got 14 little clips, like 12, 13-minute clips of why he on EJ ass.
I'm about to watch it.
Girl, they funny as hell, man.
I
love
can't
them
do the
guys.
EJ
They
stand.
probably on right now, but go check them out.
I sure will.
Alright.
EJ stands, you know, there's plenty of them on goddamn YouTube. Ain't enough Bud stands. We're like the only two. We're the last two unicorns. At least for the ladies go. I don't know about the men.
Right?
Yeah. For the ladies go, I think we're the only two.
We probably are. We probably are. But they are you know, they don't call people out the name. Now it is funny. Like I sit there and just laugh. I just laugh. They're funny. They're funny as hell. And
So
everything that they be talking about.
the number 3 and then
ILLA. That's all like one word. And then
okay.
the space, the Black Picasso. Now the Black Picasso part is all one word. He's probably on right now.
Okay, I'm about to merch. I might go subscribe to my black brother. Check him out.
Yeah, go check it. You'll like him. You'll
I
like
him.
their vibe. You will definitely love their vibe.
Okay. Yeah,
But
EJ
thank y'all for
definitely.
coming in. Thank y'all. Thank you, Destiny. And I'll see you another time, child. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And we're gonna try to start the ladies thing at 7:45 because I gotta go support the Mac Mob tomorrow at 9 p.m. when he comes on.
Text me tomorrow when you start the ladies one.
The ladies gonna start at 7:45.
I said text me.
7:45 p.m. And you know I come on at 7:30 every day. So I probably just speak about whatever fights coming on this weekend. That's right. And then once the ladies start piling in, we'll get to it.
Is there any boxing matches going on this weekend? I don't think so.
Huh?
Is there any? When is the boy the damn Kell Brooks and the Amir Khan fight? Ain't it on the,
I believe that's
the end of the month, ain't it? Okay, that's what I thought was supposed to. Yeah. Okay.
See, tomorrow I'll give out the schedule, and then I'll talk about what's coming up this weekend.
Are you gonna watch that one?
Yeah, you know, I got to hook up now. Shit, I'm watching everything. I just ain't paying for shit.
I don't blame you. I mean, is that even gonna play like for pay-per-view over here in America? I don't think so.
I think it do. I think they found a way to do it. But I have subscriptions to a whole lot of shit. It's just PBC fights I was buying. That was the only fights I was really buying. I have subscription to everybody else. I didn't have to buy everybody else. But PBC, I got the hookup, and the hookup could be me going over a certain fella's house, wink, wink, or whatever, whatever. But I got the hookup. Holla at him.
Girl, bye, Miss T. See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye. Peace, y'all.